Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second game of the day for the GLSEN with Pride charity stream, where we will playing a game called Necrobiotic. I am not going to explain it because Mitch can do it a million times more better than I can. But before we do that, let's quickly go around, introduce ourselves. I'll do all the top of the game stuff, and then I'll hand it off. So, Mitch, do you want to introduce yourself? Say hi.
Yeah, hi. I am Mitch, also known as Penny for on all the social medias. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here. This is going to be amazing.
Noordin Ali.
Hey, my name is Noordin. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm also happy to be here.
Kris.
Hello, I'm Kris. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm happy to be here, I guess.
Yay.
Alyx.
Hi, my name's Alyx. My pronouns are they, them, and I am super duper absolutely excited to be here.
And last but not least, Seth.
Hi, I'm Seth. My pronouns are she or they, and I am definitely excited and a little bit tired to be here, but mostly excited.
Big mood on the tired. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for popping in for this charity stream. We are raising money for GLSEN today, which they work to create safe and inclusive school systems and school environments to ensure our LGBTQIA plus youth are able to learn and grow in a school environment free from bullying and harassment. So if you want to donate today, we have an exclamation point donate button where the Tiltify event is there. We do have incentives for this game, which I will in just a second allow Mitch to explain on what they do mechanically. And if you ever need to see what the incentives are during the game, exclamation point incentives. Am I missing anything?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's
Other than how thankful we are to have you as tech.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
I am giving hearts at the camera, which you cannot see. I did change it to exclamation point incentives, not incentives too, just for any of my mods in chat. But in that case, I am going to hand it off to Mitch. Please take it away.
Nom nom nom. Hello and welcome to Necrobiotic. It is a TTRPG that just funded on Kickstarter, so super excited about that and super happy to be a part of this today. For those who don't know, Necrobiotic is a card-based deck building TTRPG set in the year. Oh man, I had this in my head, but 2100, after humanity has kind of whimpered forward post 2020, where the population just continued to shrink and births drastically declined. So humanity has walled itself up in the city of Florence. And only is able to sustain itself by the use of advanced medicine and science to reanimate the dead and then program them to perform the manual labor of what is left of society. Here, behind the walls, under the direction of the Citadel of Science, humanity persists to an unknown and slightly melancholic future. And that's kind of the setting of where we are at right now. For those who are interested in donating and stuff like that, you can donate 5 for an extra card. So whether or not someone needs an extra card in their hand, that will be very useful to them. Normally our hand sizes are 6, but life gets busy and they might not have a chance to get a break. But you are there for them. Auto breath allows them to just refresh their whole hand, which is very important for 10. And then trained in a skill, donate 15, and that allows them to play 2 cards instead of 1. We are also using the extra card to just let them play an additional card if it looks like they really need help with that. So keep that in mind as we play throughout this whole thing. I am the Machinist. I will be guiding them through this beautiful and wonderful world. But yeah, it should be awesome. Is everyone ready to hop into Florence? Yeah. All right, cool. So Florence during this time period, there's no electricity. What is all the electricity that is made is directed over to the Citadel, as well as all of the necessary functions of society. So people are mostly kind of reliant upon steampunk technology, as well as candles and oil to light up their way. We come and find you all at a actually, what is something everyone is hankering for? Like the first food that pops up, it will be where we're at. So I'll leave that up to you.
Noodle shop.
Noodle shop. Okay, excellent. So we are at a noodle shop. Are we talking about like japchae or like lo mein or just like everything?
Like ramen.
Ramen. Like
Yeah.
oh, you're killing me here. I'm hungry.
Really good ramen.
I
shop,
would.
yep.
Oh. So
Yeah, I would slap somebody for tonkatsu right now. So
Oh!
it's fine.
Let's do it.
Chris, and yet you're moving away from me.
I
know.
know. I know. I'm sorry.
So donate to the cast so we can all get ramen. I don't know.
Please.
So we find you guys all in a lovely ramen shop. I mean, obviously it's not as good as it was in the before times. What is kind of produced is only produced in the farms right outside of Florence, and is mostly produced by the dead. And in fact, your server is dead as well. They are called constructs, and they are individuals who, like I said, have been reprogrammed. Their flesh has been tanned and stretched over their skeletal-like figure. And they have like these pipes and such just kind of attached to their back, gears kind of moving and shifting in their chest cavity. And that is where the noodles come from. This looks like it was specifically designed to give out noodles. And so between these two constructs, one of them pours out a lovely broth from its finger, its pinky finger, as it moves over to your table. And just kind of like this hot little broth starts filling up your bowls. And then when that is done, it kind of just, with no eyes and missing its lower jaw, it just kind of mechanically goes back to the corner of the room. And then the other construct moves forward and just kind of like, those homemade noodles, like there's this crank on the side of it that it moves as these noodles just kind of come out of its stomach, being pushed through this grate and onto your bowl. Very delish. Amazing. Before it finally puts in a hard-boiled egg just flopping on the top of your ramen. And that is your ramen experience as these two constructs move to the side of the room. A few others are enjoying this, but this is normal. This is what life is now. It's just kind of life with the dead at all times. Even staring out the window, you will see a construct horse pulling a chariot or a wagon. Its back half kind of scooped out to be replaced with leather chairs. Its eyes are kind of these red lenses, and steam continues to persist coming through its nostrils. So within this area at nighttime, a little bit of lights flickering from the fires out in the stone cold cobbled streets of Florence. You guys are residing in this little quaint cafe with only a few other people inside. And so with that, let's go to each of our wonderful cast members. We'll start with Seth and we'll kind of go counterclockwise. Describe your character. How are you enjoying the ramen? How was your day? Everything we need to know.
So I will be playing Cosme, and Cosme uses she, her pronouns. I am a militia person, which means that I am most likely dressed more for combat than I am now. So just imagine this character as being a little bit more put together, more button up, brass buttons. Got at least like a sidearm as well as a major weapon at their disposal. I really like the art in the official book, which has this person like ready to go with the rapier. That sounds like Cosme to me. She is happy to have ramen. She's happy to have something that's nice and full of the umami to settle the belly. Being around the dead for this long, you get used to it, but the smell is still awful. So anything that will kind of warm and settle things down there and get rid of the initial, oh God, ew, is a good thing. Her day is going about the same as any other. Kind of wish that this ramen were better done in a proper ramen shop. She knows that the egg would have been like marinated a certain way with shoyu and everything, and so she's kind of pining for that. But otherwise, she's just kind of tucking in quietly, ready to start her day.
Excellent. All right, Kris.
Okay, I am playing Aice today. Aice Walker, she, they pronouns. Aice is the architect. How do I describe Aice? Aice moves through the world generally unimpressed, longing to be uninvolved. Unfortunately, that is not a luxury that they can afford, but functions in this group as sort of the surgeon / kind of their skills lie in understanding how these constructs work, as she probably is one of the ones that puts them back together whenever it's time to get them up and running. So is sitting, I imagine, next to Cosme, poking at this really soggy fish cake in the ramen. Again, just any other day.
Wonderful and tasty. All right. So heading on over to Werewolf.
Hey, I'm playing Kiann Paras, who is a technosophist. He's dressed all in black from head to toe, long, tall black boots, because that's an aesthetic I like, and very loose clothing underneath a very tight vest. He also wears a mask at all times, which looks vaguely like this one, but I shall not wear it because then the microphone will not hear me. He is like slowly like flipping through a book with one hand, which is very well practiced with, and spooning mountains of chili oil into his ramen. Because his nose is rubbed so raw from dust and from dirt that he can't actually smell anything anymore. So he's desperate to taste anything, and the only way to do that is by burning your mouth off.
No, that sounds fair. All right, swooping on down to Alyx, or Daredevil.
Hi, I am playing Dr. Necronomicon, and so you just call me Dr. Necky if you're nasty. And you know, as the engineer, I love to study, design, and repair a lot of complex mechanical works, and so I'm probably with Aice a lot, looking at these constructs. And I have a similar mood perhaps, in that like I'm always just like I'm sort of like a pale individual because I spend most of my time in a basement, just like studying these blueprints for these constructs, and how I can make them better. And so I guess I'm dressed with like steampunk goggles and just like very like in khakis, very like tight like cargo joggers, and like suspenders. You know what? I'm wearing suspenders. I am dressed exactly how I would dress as my character. And yeah, I think with the ramen, with all the formaldehyde that's happening, it always makes me want to eat meat. So I have like huge like pieces of unagi in my like noodles, because that's what you want when you smell formaldehyde all the time in my shops.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, and this like these like special items added to the ramen, they're definitely reserved for the upper echelon of society, which in this world are the scientists, which are, you know, your engineer, your architect. They have replaced the wealthy in terms of like social respect and such, because, you know, there's not much to buy here in Florence. Everything is just kind of up for grabs. So yeah, As you guys are kind of enjoying yourselves here in the ramen, burning your tongues off and such, it's just kind of this lovely little night with the moon kind of shining through. A couple of individuals start to leave, and that's when you hear a scream from down the street.
Cosme is going to immediately, probably even not even thinking about it, just get to her feet. Crossbow is drawn and try to discern the direction in which that came from.
Yeah, kind of coming out to the cobblestone streets. This is kind of a narrow spot, kind of row homes on either side, in that very old archaic Italian way with the brown shingles on the top. But you notice further down the street that there is a woman, her kind of face downwards in this puddle of water from the rain not too long ago, a little slight bit of mist coming from the sewer grate nearby, and her hand just kind of outstretched as if reaching out for something. The rest of her is obscured by the alleyway.
I think the moment someone stands up and the moment I hear that scream, like there's a railing to my side, I'm closest to the railing, so I stand up and I fling myself over the railing with one hand and just run in the direction of the scream, whatever it is. I imagine it's the same thing.
I think Dr. Neki is going to get up slowly and walk and poke their head out the door and see what is happening.
Do you still have your ramen like in your hand?
Absolutely, 100%. I'm just carrying the ramen. I'm just like, what is the commotion? Who is bothering me in my ramen?
I don't think Aice even gets up, honestly. Just Cosme will call me if it's actually an emergency, and I'm going to steal some green onion out of her bowl while she's investigating this. So yeah, really, the people scream every day. It's what are we jumping? And it's fine. They'll call us when it's time.
Yeah, that's fair. Kind of approaching this individual, you notice as you kind of clear the alleyway walls and kind of are able to look down the street, that this woman is missing her other half. From the waist down, it's just kind of nothing. And before her is just this kind of pool of blood. In this very empty street with trash cans lined around the walls.
Is there a trail of blood that leads anywhere to where the other half might be?
You can go ahead, and this kind of brings us to our first play. Perception or investigation.
Perception or investigation?
Yeah,
I am good at perception.
Yeah.
I'm trained
Just
at
need
2.
one success for this.
Right in my hand, we got an ace of clubs.
Excellent. Perfect. Love those cards. Looking around, you notice that the trail of blood goes up along the walls, like these little specks glistening under the moonlight, and then over onto the rooftop.
I reach into... it's not even on a pocket. I have like a little mount on my back. I reach back and pull out kind of what looks like a mouse droid from Star Wars. And this is I call it a drone crab. Mm-hmm. And I place it on the floor and I direct it to go towards the blood because it can probably travel up walls better than I can.
It's like, so he goes.
Yeah. It's got greater vision and I can command it from far away, and it's sturdy, and I'm not.
No, that's fair. Going up, the first thing it sees, and you would have like a controller that will show you like a little video. Maybe it's like an old Nintendo DS or GameCube type thing that you've kind of meshed and put this functionality into it.
It's the Wii U controller.
Yeah. You're like, yes. you definitely see an individual silhouetted further down several meters on another rooftop, making a hasty escape with the bottom half of this woman.
That is not good. There's only so far I can command this thing. I wave over to Cosmo and I point in the direction, Cosme, and I point in the direction of this person who's probably behind a building, but still, and then I run off.
In turn, I will call to her, Aice, Doc, we need you out here.
Let's
and I am
go.
going to take off down the alleyway.
Very well.
And can I do some kind of athletics check to run real fast? Can I go fast?
Oh yeah, of course. Definitely. For everyone kind of pursuing this this shadow, I need 2 successes to be able to keep up.
Okay.
1 success will at least keep them not too far, but 2 successes will allow you to kind of catch up.
Sorts. Okay, let's see.
We got a queen and an ace of diamonds.
I have
Nice.
a question for my workshop. It says
Mhm.
that I can produce a vehicle. So can I came here on like a vehicle?
Yeah, you have your car. You're one
Does
of
it
the
have
only
2
people who
seats?
has
Yeah.
cars.
No, it's a motorcycle with a sidecar, so y'all can hop on.
I'll get in that sidecar. I'll take that ride.
Yeah. Come on with the sidecar.
Let
Perfect.
me see here.
Put on the helmet.
Yeah. Put on this helmet. We go like, come on, Ace. Let's catch him. Come into my construct mobile.
I'll put my little goggles on. Just dust the seat off before I get in.
No, that's
It
fair.
hasn't been used for a while, for sure.
Excellent.
So do we need to lend more talent to this athletics like pursuit, or if we're in the vehicle, do we need to do anything?
In the vehicle, you just need 1 success. So this will be for the engineer.
Hey, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably engineering or design, or I'll also take dexterity.
Ooh, yeah. I'll do some dexterity here. Okay.
Yeah,
I
you just need 1 success.
just need 1. Ooh,
I don't think I have a success.
Oh no.
Don't think I have one. Do you mind quickly going over what successes detail? I know we can't do a value success this early because it would require pulling an 8+.
The numeric success, yeah. For if you only have 1 card to play, then yeah, it's kind of impossible with the pre-gens. You would have to be trained in it to play 2 cards. Otherwise, you're looking for a suit success. For athletics, it is steel or diamonds. Also, we do have an extra card for sour worm. So
yeah, it's
Hey.
and that means I am so speedy. So speedy. I just need 1. So I have it. I got
Excellent.
my steam going, so we are revving. I am revving. I'm just like, hold on tight, and we're just like speeding down this cobblestone.
Okay,
Yeah.
so any steel.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm good.
All right, cool. 1 success. Perfect. Cool. And so, yeah, you guys take off. One group is heading way quicker than the other just because this is a homemade vehicle with pistons and steam coming out of it, jutting through the streets and everything like that, skidding across a fountain and going around it. Everyone else is kind of able to somewhat keep pace just because there's a more direct route through the alleyways and such. And what are we saying if you're nasty?
Necky.
Dr. Necky is just kind of blowing through the streets and the main areas. People are kind of like yelling at you, like, one old person. And like age is kind of weird and nebulous in this setting because due to medicine, everything can be taken care of. So like an 80-year-old would look more like a 40-year-old, or if you're 200, you would look more like a 100-year-old. So this like old person like raises their cane at you, like, slow down. as you jet past kind of the steam-powered steam just kind of blowing this old person's hair. But for those who kind of got the full successes, so this is those who got 2 in athletics, or Dr. Neki, who just has a vehicle and gets a cheat in that way. Notice is that the trail ends up and you kind of see this person go down into the sewers, kind of dropping from this 2-story building and just falling right into the sewers before disappearing into it. And you're kind of at the edge of the city of Florence, northeast, right next to the walls.
Well, since like my Neki powered, steam powered motorcycle has gone past so quick, is it possible like we have caught up with this person at all? Like, what's our distance?
Yeah, so you're kind of right at the location the moment this person drops through the sewer grate.
Okay.
Just kind of going through that open spot with the ladder and such.
Okay, Aice, today is how lucky do you feel today? Let's get it going. I hope my motorcycle is able to like either go down the sewer grate. I'm just gonna make an opening. I'm gonna like do something.
Oh my god. Hell yeah. All right, cool. For this, I think this is definitely reliant upon how well of a design you've made this motorcycle. So go ahead, either mechanical. Yeah, I think mechanical or chemical construct. I think that will work out perfectly.
Awesome. What would I draw for that? Would I draw from like my skills, or would I?
Yeah, so that's a skill that you're trained in, and that's spade. So the 2 like consequences we have going here are getting to the other side, and doing so without damage to your motorcycle. So you can, if you only have 1 success, you can get to the other side, but your motorcycle is going to be like torn up. Or
your passenger also might be torn up. Let's take that into consideration.
Okay. Yeah, that too.
Audience, I need more cards because I have the ability to save Aice and make sure that Aice is not torn up. So please give me more cards.
Becky has big ambition.
Please give me some cards.
Nice.
Okay, so I am gonna pull out my ace of spades and my other ace, so that Aice doesn't get shredded up. But yeah, it's a really cool design of my motorcycle. Like it's able to like deconstruct itself in like to fit into tiny like sewer grates, but then it's gonna squish up like Aice right in the behind. And I'll be like, hold on, and it's a full like other like from an easy ride motorcycle to like a Yamaha, like just like those powered, like motorcycles.
It's like crushing
but like Aice is in the back just like crushed in the boot like a boost.
Yeah, I feel like their face is like pressed against your back now, like
yeah. It's a time.
Yeah, and so yeah, werewolf, you come onto the scene, so you see this happening. Cosme, you're going to be a little bit behind on this, but what do you do?
So is there any way to jump over the wall?
No, the wall is like Attack on Titan style, like several meters up. It's huge.
Can I use athletics to follow that path that was just made for me by that gigantic motorcycle?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's like you see it like it got smaller, but then there's like that little if you ever watch Galaxy Quest where there's like leaving the station, there's that like you hear that as it's going through, the wheels kind of pressing down to get in there. But yeah, because of the motorcycle doing the work for you, you can kind of just slip on into the sewers right behind them. And Cosme, you come onto the scene kind of seeing Kiann get into that sewer area.
Nice of them to make a path.
Yeah, very nice.
Still, it's very muddy.
It's gross. Yeah. It's yeah.
I think there's a little squeak as my drone, because now it's on autopilot, just zooms past and clamps right back onto my back.
Yeah.
Shall we go, or do you want to go? Should I go first? Do we want to stay back here?
I'll go
Do we-
first, but
You wanna
why
go?
would someone take half a body? I don't understand.
Weirder things have happened here. Bodies are precious commodities, I guess, but why just a pair of legs? Good question.
Mm.
Yeah. And so like the mortal cycle, as it squishes through, it comes into this very dark sewer like column, and you see like the water moving about, kind of trickling in between, assuming the mortal cycle just kind of expands a little bit now that it has more room. Does it have a light?
Yeah, absolutely. It's powered. It's a construct powered light, but it's a little dim, but it's there.
That's all, yeah. So basically, like a human skull with like its mouth open or its eyes
100%.
and bioluminescent, like just shining off forward.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's perfect. You have come to this like very long sewer hallway that leads. You can kind of see further on that there's like this waterfall of this dark, murky water, and it looks like the person might have gone through that, but you guys are at least all together now, in various comfortabilities. Of course, Alyx has just been squished, or Aice, sorry.
It's okay, Aice. Can you breathe right now? How are you doing? I didn't mean it to like feel like a corset.
I don't know why you would ask after the fact. It's a little late, but that's fine.
You had so much fun, Aice. Like, think about it. You're always down there, so grumpy.
You know what's fun is eating ramen uninterrupted. That's fun for me. Not this.
Oh yeah, do you still have your ramen bowl,
No.
Dr. Neki?
Oh.
Yeah, I was
or
eating
Aice?
it the whole time.
No.
Yeah.
Would you like my bowl? I like my vehicle is self-propelled, so I didn't need to drive it at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
I
pretty
just
much
take the
programmed
bowl of ramen and drop it on the ground.
in.
Yes, how dare you? That was such good ramen, so much unagi, it's so expensive.
Perhaps next time you will ask before you squish me.
Now,
You two stop fighting.
Oh, are they at it again?
Yeah,
Of
you
course
see
they
like a
are.
pile of noodles just kind of intermingling with the sewer water.
Oh no, is that eel?
You're not going to eat it, are you?
I mean, it's eel.
Please. Don't do that.
It still
yourself.
smells kind of good.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys aren't eating it, you see like big rats just kind of come on down and grab some of them and start like leaving. Like they grab it and they look at you and they just walk away.
I will salute respectfully at the rats.
Yeah, they kind of give a nod back.
Okay. Do we see any sign of where this person went while we were arguing?
Yeah, it's past this waterfall. Like you see
Okay.
down the tunnel that there's just this huge shower of water, but it looks like there's more past the water. You just kind of have to get a little wet.
Oh, there we go.
Ew.
oh, hey, my vehicle is also amphibious.
Yeah.
What? Come on. Okay, Aice, I'm asking you now. Do you want to go through the waterfalls in the Necromobile?
I really wish you wouldn't call it that.
No.
Wait, what waterfall? What?
Well, the sewers of the water. That's what I'm looking at. They can go through water. I imagine that there's a waterfall at the very end. That's how this city is constructed. Waterfalls and other steam powered.
But don't go chasing them.
Mhm.
But let's go chasing waterfalls.
I'll just like straighten my coat indignantly and pop out like a little parasol. Fine. And I'll sit back in the sidecar, smush car.
Wait, it's okay. We have no time for scrubs, so let's go.
Oh my god.
It's just gonna be. Oh man, what is that? Oh, it's at the tip of my head. What's the singers of that? Destiny's Child, right?
TLC.
Oh.
TLC.
TLC. Oh man, yeah. Now all that's just gonna be the rest of the stream. So yeah, that's fair.
Out of character, I'm very disappointed in all of you.
Would you expect anything less?
No. In character, I think I see them gearing up on the Necromobile, and I'm like,
Is everyone like squeezing into the Necromobile?
I think I'm trying to decide that.
Oh yes, you know what? This is sort of like the olden days of the Willy Wonka chocolate factory elevator. It could just like expand to become an elevator. So.
I don't know. It doesn't look like Aice is having a very good time back there. I may
Aice
do
is having
better.
a great
I'm
time,
never having a good time. So.
That is
yeah,
true.
that's just Aice's face. They have like a lot of like resting grumpy face.
You love it, don't lie.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you want to follow on foot?
Yes, I want to follow on foot. I don't want to pick those two.
Yeah, I think you guys got the Necromobile.
You're doing great.
Yes. We're gonna follow on foot. Happy travels.
Okay.
We'll see you later.
Anyway, onward.
Don't your parasol won't go inside out. Hopefully, let's go.
Hopefully. Yeah. All
I'm
right.
positioned over my head, like guarding my face. Just in case. I don't want any
parasol?
splash on this moneymaker.
The moneymaker.
Get that sewer splash out of here.
Yeah. y'all got me like looking up ramen, like, oh man, now I'm hungry. But yeah, so are you just jetting it, Neki? Like you see the waterfall, you're chasing it, you put it into like first, second, you're like programming your thing to just jump through the waterfall?
Absolutely. I'm just like, okay, Aice, are you a time traveler? Because I see you in my future. Let's go.
No response.
Aice.
Oh man, I think Dr. Neki just loves riling up Aice, and so absolutely what you described is just gonna go straight through. It's gonna like cover. It's gonna have like that dome come over, but like not really over Aice, but like over Dr. Neki.
All right, so you're gonna have 3 consequences for this. All right. One of them is blowing up. One of them is damaging your vehicle, and the other is let's say just
-4 hearts with Aice. Can that be the other consequence?
Keeping safe happy is the other one.
So do you have to choose? Does the engineer have to choose a consequence, or they all happen?
Well, they're all going to happen unless they have the successes to nullify some of them or all of them. So it's kind of up to them how the scene plays out.
Oh, I would like to ask the audience for lifelines, please. Please donate some successes.
Am I allowed to assist in any way since my life is on the line here?
Yeah, I feel like since your life is on the line, we'll say you have a say. So what are you gonna do to kind of help out?
Slow down. I'm gonna try to. Oh God, what do I have? I have not a lot of. Okay, wait. I have neurological programming. Is there anything I can do to this machine to make it survive the nonsense that's about to go down?
Yeah, you can, because this is kind of a mix between construct technology and steampunk technology. You can kind of open up the panel in front of you and start like messing with the various like sinew and veins and like flesh and everything to hopefully increase the odds of success. So basically, so between you two, 3 successes, and either one of you can add to this in order to nullify said consequences.
Okay, so this would be gear, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so I have 1.
All right.
1 spade.
How about you, Neki?
So sorry, what do I need again for this?
So this will be the same play as before. So falling into kind of your construct. And yeah, you need 2 successes to nullify everything because Aice added 1 success to you.
So I just need 1 more success, or do I need 2 successures?
2 successes to nullify. Or unless you're willing to either injure Aice, injure the vehicle, or you're okay with it exploding.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Nikki? What you gonna do?
Yeah, what's most important to you? Is your motorcycle more important, or is it your friend?
Ooh, that's a tough question there. I don't have a good answer. So it's spades or just spades or club?
Spades for this. So this is your mechanical and chemical construction.
Wait, I have a club.
Well, this is specifically for.
Okay. Then I don't have the spade. All right. Well, I did my best.
Okay, so
2 successes, Neki. This is what you need to do to have everything you want, and to not get yelled at.
Okay,
well, you're going to get yelled at either way. So.
So decision time right now is that I only have 1 spade.
Do it.
So I'm gonna have to decide how much Aice means to me or the vehicle, I suppose.
Look, friendship never ends, so make it last forever.
Yeah, you could like just bring Aice's body and then it turns into a construct, and then
this is true.
Oh my god,
death means nothing here.
Death means that's true. Death is not the end.
Yeah, and that they just won't be able to talk or do anything. Have free
have
will.
Emotion,
yeah, you
I'm sure. I mean, Aice doesn't really talk a lot, anyways, and they're like not really any different from the dead. So like,
yeah. Oh my god, he's just like, hey Aice, how's life? And Aice is just standing there.
We're in, and I'm just straight attacked.
Sourworm gets another card. So.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's draw. Okay, people, y'all really want to save Aice here. I see.
Thank you that somebody out there loves me. And it's not Alyx.
I'm not going to confirm nor deny what my initial decision was, but I have now 2 spades. Thank you, audience lifeline.
Did you get it?
I did. I got my successes. No one has to die. No one explodes. I was gonna choose you, Aice, the whole time, like the whole time. Yeah, don't have no doubt about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it is this very beautiful moment as you pass through the waterfall, and like it's this huge cavern of various tunnels going all sorts of direction, and there's some water, but like they're going through these metal grates that are far down, so there's actually no reason for the amphibious aspects of it, as you just almost ram into the cement wall, but are able to kind of at the last minute kind of turn and slide, and everything is fine. But you know that you were seconds away from blowing up either the vehicle or Aice, one of the two.
Oh, look, Aice,
I like to imagine that we've both just watched this happen.
Yeah.
From afar.
Yeah, you Kiann and Cosme, you kind of go through the waterfall, getting drenched, and on the other side, yeah, you see this miracle happen, in that they both live.
I like how we didn't even have to try. No cards touch here.
Your instincts, as usual, Noordin, are impeccable. This was on foot was the better way to go.
Yes, I know. It always is with those two.
Yeah.
Woo! Cowabunga!
Just
Yeah, that's
silently
spicy.
get out of the sidecar. Snap my parasol closed.
Wasn't that fun, Ace? Like you had such look at your face. It has so much like meaning and blood. Like I haven't seen you smile in a long time. This is great.
I feel like
Am I smiling? It must be a trauma response.
if it's okay with you, Dr. Neki, I feel like one of your airbags would have popped out.
Yeah,
For safety.
yeah, for sure.
Just covered in that white dust.
Just covered.
Well, because it's because materials are rare and stuff like that. It's most likely made out of human skin.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh, don't worry about them bags. They're 100% pure skin. There's no synthetic material involved, so don't worry. It's all flesh that's hitting your face, getting
What's
slapped.
wrong with synthetic material? I use synthetic material all the time. This is synthetic material. This is synthetic material. This, I point to the drum. This is synthetic material. Everything is synthetic material.
Oh god, they're going at it again.
Oh,
Ace, are you all right?
Yes, I believe I'm all right. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Glad that you survived yet another shenanigan.
I don't know why. I always get in the car. Every time I say I'm never going to get in that sidecar again, and then I get in it anyway. I don't understand what I'm doing. But
Yeah, we'll have to talk about your life choices later.
Yeah. Also, Cosme and Kiann, you guys both got extra cards, so remember that for the future.
Grazie, since we are in Florence.
Grazie, yeah.
Grazie.
a quick out of character question.
Uh-huh.
As I have spent one of my cards, do I draw another one or do I wait for something to happen before I draw?
You only get to draw. You only get to take another breath when you have time to relax.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
This is definitely not a time to relax.
Nope.
Oh no. Oh, sorry. One
Got
more
it.
question. When do we
Yeah,
reshuffle
sure.
our cards into the deck, or do we just keep spending them?
Yeah, you just keep going until the only time when you reshuffle your discard pile. So every time you play a card, you're putting onto the side into a discard pile. The only time you bring that discard pile back into your deck is when you've run out of cards in your deck. So you just kind of like recycle it.
Ooh, not good for the car. I won't tell Ace this though.
If this lasted for generations inside a trash place without decomposing or turning into organic matter, you think it won't survive landing in the face? What's wrong with you? Synthetic material is good. It lasts for
We are not
centuries.
getting into this. No, not
You
synthetic
started
material.
this.
Oh my gosh, you started this. Human flesh 100% pure is the best. It's best material. You can't use synthetic. Why would you do that? It's just like made up.
Should
It's
we
not strong.
do what we came down here to do, or are we going to just...
I like to think that I have gone ahead because I am used to this.
I'm following Cosme. I'm not...
See, you talk all this time and they walk away.
Well, this is your fault. Why would you bring this up? I just thought the synthetic material, it's not strong. It's not the rubber elasticity. You don't get the same as the flesh. You can't recreate human flesh elasticity. It's not possible.
And I walk after the others too.
Yeah, so you guys are walking forward and you notice like someone has been watching you this whole time. Looking down the tunnel, there is like this little table, almost like reminiscent of an office, with papers and a typewriter, and there is a very, very tall woman sitting in a chair, kind of watching you with her hands kind of like pensively like this, and just kind of staring at you. She has this very kind of long black hair, and you notice there's kind of like this glinting of steel at the end of each one of her hair strands, sharpened, as it were, as she's smiling at you with a very pleasant look on her face.
There's a question from the chat. How tall is she?
That was from me.
11 feet.
Oh,
Whoa.
that is.
Well,
Oops, that's done.
Goodbye, everybody.
Don't get stepped on, Cosme.
Yeah, Cosme is gone mentally at this moment. Too gay.
You
Yeah,
you didn't
just-
happen to see
Whoa.
some person running through here with half a body, did you?
Yes, indeed I have, and I'm glad you came and asked that question. I am facilitating any visitors for the time being. The person that you have inquired about and who has thus taken the bottom half of a person up on the surface, as it were, went past me. But I meant to ensure that no one goes past the desk, while also the reason for the desk, really, it's the line was what they said not to go past. But I brought the desk and the typewriter because I'm writing a side story, and I thought I might pursue that while I was waiting.
Oh. Dr. Neki is gonna come up. Dr. Neki is gonna take off their helmet in a very like salt bay sort of fashion, and they're gonna be like, I think there's something wrong with my eyes because I can't take them off of you. Please, Buongiorno Bella, can you please provide us passage beyond you, so that we could find this half body, please?
Well, that's so unfortunate, and thank you for your eyes. I find them, even in the dark, I think they're quite enchanting. And she gets up, rising to her full height, and you notice that instead of like feet, they're just kind of like these metal spears, almost like these pointed talons, which kind of are kind of scratching the cement floor as she stands up. Almost if you ever watch Kingsman, the main villainess on that one, just kind of
Good shit.
sharp legs underneath the pants as she kind of steps forward and kind of bends over and pats Dr. Neki on the head, like, you should probably just turn around and not make this difficult for either you or I, because your eyes are very enchanting and I'd like them to stay where they are.
Okay, am I the only one who doesn't speak bullshit here?
Excuse me. I must. Okay, here's the thing. Clearly, if your job was to not let anyone get past the line, you have failed once. There's no harm in failing twice, and you could get back to your novel. I'm sure it's phenomenal, and someone will publish it. And why don't you just let us go past? Forget you ever saw us. Let us do our job. You get back to whatever this is.
Well, the person who went by is the one who hired me to ensure that no one moved past the line. So yeah. This is awkward.
How much are they paying you?
Oh, Aice.
You want... So I understand that money might seem like the reason why I'm doing this, and no doubt a starving artist needs to eat, and I consider myself such because I would like this piece of literature to be published and one day distributed. It's actually a kid's book, so it's going to be really cool. But I can't be bought off, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm a person of my word.
Sure.
Yeah.
I fiddle with something in the back of my hand, and I just shoot her with my air taser.
Oh, just like.
All right, go ahead. So for combat and stuff like that, for something like this, you're using dexterity. The first one does the thing that your weapon is meant to do. If you get another success, that makes it permanent damage, so that goes into trauma, and then you can keep adding successes to kind of amplify the effect. So leave it up to you. And where are you shooting them at?
They have a leg made out of metal. And I have a tape. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only have one club, unfortunately.
Mm.
So that's what we're going to play today. And it is 2 damage, 1 stun. It is far hitting, so I imagine I can just do it while fiddling in the back while these 3 do their nonsense. I don't know.
Yeah, it like they flop over onto the ground with their hair kind of like poofing out into all directions. And it does so in a very violent manner. And you notice that those like sharp pieces of metal at the end of her hair just kind of slam into the cement, putting these holes into it as their eyes just kind of flutter closed and they go very still after kind of shaking a little bit.
Without missing a beat, I say thank you and just walk over them past the desk.
Can I pat her down? See if there's anything good on her? Listen, I am not armed, so
Looking for the goods, Aice.
You're like patting. Go ahead and give me a perception.
okay.
The more successes, the more items you'll get.
Okay, perception falls under...
It is club, so steam.
I have 1. Oh, wait, I get another card.
Yeah. Tiny Poison, Cosme, and Noordin all have
I'll spend 2 clubs from the one I had and the card I just got, so...
Nice.
Give me 2 stuffs.
All right, what sort of stuff are you looking for? What would make you happy?
A weapon would be wonderful.
Are we talking about close combat or far away?
Far away. I am you know what I mean? Like I'm a mind. I'm a scientist. I am not a fighter. So ranged would be great, but also, you know, just anything real nifty.
Yeah. So you pull out this whip that they have kind of tucked in their pants. It is leathery, and at the end of it, it's a very long whip. Like it looks like it can smack someone from very, very far away.
Hot.
And at the end of it is basically like fingers with fingernails attached to it that have been sharpened into these points. So like these little fingers, almost like a cat of nine tails at the end of it.
Nasty. I'm into it. Okay.
I like to think that when Aice pulls out this whip from this person that you see Cosme like regard the whip, regard the person who is now on the floor, and just go, I knew it.
Look at, I knew it.
I knew it.
The other thing is one of their legs can be disattached, and it's actually a crossbow with kind of a point to it. So you will be removing one of their legs, kind of disattaching it, but it is a very large crossbow.
I'll pull out a scalpel, almost like a Swiss Army knife, and like twirl it around my finger and just cut it off.
Yeah.
Just like, I like it.
Yeah. And so while you're doing this, it looks like Kiann Paris you're heading down the tunnel, just kind of walking by. How about everyone else?
Dr. Necky's gonna comment to Aice and be like, the leather whip suits you.
I know. Don't get any funny ideas.
I'm just commenting. I like the energy. It could be fun later.
I also, while I walk by, I want to take whatever writing utensil I have on my person and just in big letters on this person's manuscript, right? Rewrite, total mess, not publishable.
Oh my gosh, the pain.
Wow. That is permanent damage.
Wow. That is some petty shit right
there. I think I'm just standing back there. I think that Cosme normally would have followed Kiann, but like at this point, Cosme is kind of caught up in mourning.
You come, Cosme.
So tall, so grand. So
yeah, I mean, so Aice, I'm sorry to say, stun doesn't last too long.
I'm ready now.
Yeah, so their hand like grabs your ankle, and their eyes kind of open up wide as they are staring at you from the ground.
Oh, this could have been much easier.
I hit her with my sonic truncheon. Which stuns the victim upon impact.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
wow.
ahead and give me that play. I feel like
Okay.
every time they get up, you're just gonna like smack, like
No.
back
You're
down.
like,
Mhm.
Let's see.
can we not hurt this construct too much? This is very good
Well, stop
engineering.
waking her up.
Okay, just like we'll figure it out. We figured the
Stop
construct.
waking her up. Let's just go.
Okay.
I'm ready. I don't know what you're talking about.
I like
left
how
my
each of us is
notes.
just imagining all of us in a circle hitting her once, saying, "Please
Yeah.
go back to your
Go,
nest."
stop it.
It's
Go
like
down.
Office Space.
It's just like a whack-a-mole, just all of us just going like
Yeah.
Okay, what do I need for Sonic Truncheon? What do I
It is combat, so
Combat.
steel.
steal? In my language, that means swords. I need that other card. Nope.
Did you not get any?
I have no swords.
oh no.
Oh my. Okay.
I have
Well,
every other suit.
this sounds perfect. So
It does not.
For who?
everyone is going to be dealt 2 consequences. And the consequences is getting, for a better lack of a term, getting fucked up by this person.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
and-
Why get
yes.
those consequences? Because I've already walked past.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
Kiann's
you're
gone.
fine. Yeah, you're fine.
all of
Like,
us are
you're
now
far away
fucked.
enough that you can kind of see this
Kiann's
happening.
gonna just
but-
watch all of the simps get what
Yeah.
they deserve.
The Sims.
Yeah, but you see this person kind of just flip up, balancing on the remaining steel pointed leg. The hair seemed to kind of almost come up with their own mind as they start to float, and she just starts like whipping it and going at incredible speeds, bouncing around this sewer area and just kind of doing this almost break dance movement going around. So
Pretty impressive with one leg, I'll tell you that.
How are they balancing with just one leg?
it's like on their hands and everything. It's very like animalistic, like watching a leopard or a cheetah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So yeah, athletics for everyone. But Kiann, who if you want, you can just watch and enjoy it. Like it's just, you could take a breath if you want, if you just want to watch this unfold.
That sounds
Um,
great. So I can just fill up my hand.
Yeah, you're just like chilling out, enjoying yourself.
Oh no, I need help from the.
I
would
still
like to
don't
follow.
have any swords, so
I do not have any diamonds. I need help.
Oh no.
Okay. I also don't have any diamonds, but I have a joker.
That's a success. Perfect.
Okay.
So
My joker.
unfortunately, every consequence that you can't nullify is 2 exhaustion. And so what that means is you're randomly discarding 2 cards from your hand for every consequence you can't. So for Aice, since you nullified 1, you only have to discard 2. For everyone else, other than Kiann, who gets to just refill, has to discard 4 cards from their hand. If you can't, then you're going to take a trauma.
Oh,
I
okay.
have a Citadel leather apron reduces the fatigue consequences of damage by 1. Is that applicable
Yes.
here?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
So for that second consequence, instead of taking 2 cards discarded, you only discard 1 because you're
Okay.
able to nullify one of them.
Got it.
that'd be nice.
Must be really nice.
Down to 2 cards if that helps you. That makes you really better.
4 down to. Oh no, I have so much trauma now. My life. I see it. I see the light.
Yeah, so you only take trauma when you can't bring a card per consequence. So for instance, how many cards did you have for all this?
I had 2 only.
Okay, so you discard both of those, so you don't take any trauma from that. And then from the second one, since you can't provide cards, you only take 1 trauma, not 2 for every
Okay,
card. Just
1 trauma, but I lose all my cards.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna take out a skull and be like, and just like,
Oh my god.
be like, this is the end. This is it.
Yeah, like Kiann, you're watching this person like kick Dr. Neki in the face and like twist around and like slash Aice and then like like gets her thighs involved as they just kind of smack into Cosme, and it kind of start like squeezing their neck and like throwing them
Yes,
over.
please.
I'm just fiddling with my radio.
Yeah. Destiny's Child DLC. Let's get this going. So yeah, it's your guys' turn now. So you guys can act in any order that you wish. Totally up to you.
I have nothing in my hands. Oh no.
Okay, the only thing I literally can do
Ooh,
nothing.
Cosme, you just got a refresh. So that means you just get to refresh right now without the normal restrictions.
Thank you, friends.
Yeah,
I would love a refresh too.
So I'm drawing to full.
Yep. Fill up your hand. You like, for some reason, that throw with the thighs just kind of reinvigorates
I know why.
you.
I know the reason.
I know why.
I know
You're just
the
like, oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
7. Okay. Well, thank you for that. I have my Joker now.
Yeah, nice.
And I would like to go ahead and use the Sonic Truncheon again. And just bap.
Yeah.
Counter bap.
All right, what's everyone else doing? And it's like this oh gosh, like you just smack it as they're like jetting by you, and it like clotheslines them. Just,
Yeah, hoping to stun, because that's what that thing does.
yeah, it does.
Does that give us time to book it?
Yeah, you guys
helpful.
can just run if you want, and hope that they don't follow.
Should we take the other leg just in case, or?
Yes, always take the other leg. Oh, but I hurt. Oh my.
Actually, instead of the leg, I'm gonna use my scalpel to cut all the hair off. Grab it.
Hair.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
All right, yeah, you don't need to play for that. You just like scalpel give.
It's like an X-Acto knife, just
just short hair now.
It looks good on her, honestly.
I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
A very nice look.
Yes.
What are you doing with all this hair?
I don't know.
Perhaps another weapon for your makeshift arsenal.
Yeah, you can like attach it to the whip.
I was gonna say I'll attach it. Yeah, exactly. Attach it to the whip.
Oh.
And I'm gonna run.
Same.
I leave.
Yeah. So I like the imagery of you guys coming up to someone who's just trying to write a kid's book. You tase them, then you say like the kid book sucks, and then you smack them with a truncheon, and then y'all
I've got them in their way. I don't know what
you cut the hair and then run. And so that's what happened.
More insult than injury, really.
Whoa, really? Yeah, it is. Man, I have a hydraulic mallet, and I am very convinced that I want that other leg, though. But I don't have any cards in my hand, so I feel...
Okay,
I just grab Dr. Necky by the arm. Just
mechanically, I think that Aice and Cosme each take an arm and drag.
No! I need the leg! It's so beautiful, the contract!
Oh.
You can see like Dr. Necky just like kicking and flailing around, being like, no!
Like, no!
No! Why do you all have good stuff?
Okay, are we able to find a place to hide out for like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
In this sewer system? Okay. Because
Like,
I would love to take a breath and also attach all these little dreads to the...
Yeah, so someone can make a reasoning or a survival play to try to find some place that would be like a good place to hide out for the meantime.
Reasoning or survival?
Yeah, the techno font. Wow, the techno font has the survival. Everyone else has reasoning.
Oh, I cannot do that.
In the words of Randy Jackson, that's a no for me, dog.
Can I ask what happened again? A big announcement just happened, so I got distracted for a second.
Oh, no problem. Now I'm curious. Yeah, they're all trying. They just ran away after cutting this person's hair, and they're trying to find a place to rest and find solace. So
I have one.
Oh, cool.
Me too.
Cool. Yeah.
Reasoning?
So Yeah, just need one from one of you, so one of the others can keep it.
I feel like because everyone else is losing cards too fast, and I was the one just sitting here waiting.
I just got a
That's been
refresh, so either way.
And I have none.
If you want to donate your card, then I'm good with it.
I'm going to donate my card.
That's so sweet of you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah,
Thank
so there's like this little small tunnel that you have to get down on all fours to get into, and like this little cove filled with cardboard and stuff like that. It looks like someone lived here at some point in time. There are 2 rats just kind of in the corner enjoying a little bit of meat, just kind of chilling out.
Is it the eel from earlier?
Yeah.
It smells so
Lady in the
good.
Tramp style. And yeah, everyone could kind of this time you hear this person kind of dragging their leg and trying to search for you, but they can't find you, as you guys are able to just kind of enjoy this moment to refresh and breathe.
So how was your tussle with the big one? Worth it? Not? Uh-huh.
Stares at Dr. Necky.
I didn't even get to get the leg from the construct. I needed this breath. I feel like I'm losing my life. Oh my gosh.
Listen. You don't deserve it, but because I am so gracious, I'm going to give you this leg. You can have this one, and I'll give Necky the crossbow.
Thank you, Aice. This is so great.
Don't touch me.
Let's go for a hug. Oh no, okay. We could just do like a hand bump, like a
You stole a woman's leg?
Yeah.
They did.
It's not stealing if we earned it.
It's true. It's not really stealing, taking.
For fuck's sake.
Also, it's not in truth, that novel was never going to get published. Absolute drivel.
He speaks truth.
The first line was literally once upon a time. Like, get out.
With this, we could construct something new, or just use it for a crossbow. This would be very helpful for crossbow. Yes.
It's a crossbow.
I can attach it to Necky Mobile. Think how powerful I can be.
For fuck.
This is amazing. This is great. Aice, look at what you've done. Necky Mobile is just like so much more powerful.
This is just going to end up with more trouble for you, Aice,
Yes, I have much regret.
Aice, I see your face. I know the behind the grumpy resting face. You're so happy and smiling internally.
I snap off my crab from my back and just use it to poke around corners while I wait for these people to continue talking.
Yeah, like the rats are chilling with it and following it. It's kind of cute. But you notice eventually that this person who's been trying to track you just ends up going back to their desk and trying to write, but then starting to cry as they look down at
So good. Yes. Okay. So this half body, we've got to find it, yes?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
This is why we're here. Yes.
Cosme pats Dr. Necky on the head, almost affectionately, but more of like a focus.
But there is cool construct. We could like research and make more advances for the citadel.
Cosme takes Dr. Necky's face in her hands and says, "Focus."
If you say so, Cosme, we could do this. You want to see Necky Mobile with the crossbow? So outfit. So cool.
Cosme leaves.
No.
You've earned it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you guys leave, you do notice another rat coming in, and like the 2 rats who were eating kind of stare over, and there's like this look of surprise, and then the other rat who came in is kind of like yelling at the other 2 rats, and one rat's like trying to explain
is this like a love triangle? Was one of them cheating on
like
the rat that just came home from work?
Like and stuff. Like it's just yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's probably best you guys leave. There's a lot going on here.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm not. No thanks.
Not invested in rat lore. The rat triangle.
This wants to watch the one rat throw the other rat's stuff in the front lawn, but Aice doesn't have time for this. Okay, yeah. So I was trying to look for any trail or any sign of where this other person might have gone. I realize we're a little behind them now since we took a rest, so to speak. So trying to look
Yeah,
for
I would
some
like to
clues.
do like an investigation
Ooh, perfect. All right, go ahead.
check if I can, if that would
yeah.
help what Aice is trying to do.
Perfect. Yeah, Militia has trace search or investigation, so that works perfectly.
Ooh, shiny. We love it. Bodies, pentacles. I think I have 1,000 of those.
Did you
Cool
say you had
beans.
tentacles?
Tentacles.
Oh, okay. I was
Lots
excited.
of tentacles.
Discs.
I was excited.
Tentacles.
I would love some tentacles, please.
No. So that's a success.
All right, perfect.
Yes, Kiann?
Yeah. You do
no,
find
I just said success.
Oh, okay, thanks.
You do find the splashes of blood going further down the sewer line until it kind of, you guys are going through, and it kind of opens up to like this undercity of sorts, where these like grates and steel houses and stuff like that, very kind of low end, almost like the slums of sorts. People are kind of walking around enjoying themselves. Each of them just kind of they don't look like they're a part of the technocracy, almost set apart in a way. It looks like to be like a little town of about like 40 people, just kind of enjoying their best life.
Wow. I don't know what that feels like.
For clarification, do any of us like know about this being down here? Is it like a badly kept secret like the catacombs in Paris, or is this like a, oh shit, there's a whole other city down here?
Yeah, probably the militia, you would know
okay.
about this. Yeah, just kind of the underworld, so to speak. The Children of the River, which is a group of people who believe that constructs are super evil, they reside down here too. But yeah, just kind of like the outcasts and such.
Well, I found the trail. It seems to be leading this way. So, shall we?
Yes, lead the way.
Oh, yes, I will follow behind a Necromobile with crossbow.
The Necromobile is that way.
Yeah,
You're
I'll
not
bring
going
it.
back.
Don't worry about it. I'll just bring crossbow. Sorry, just sans Necromobile, just crossbow.
Yeah,
Maybe I could
way.
this.
This is why I drink.
Oh, maybe I can make a tricycle out of this. Yes. I'm going to just tinker in the back and see if I can reconstruct this to be a mobile anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, it leads you to it looks like a pot pie like restaurant of sorts. It's like that rusted metal in this single story place with a very enthusiastic woman with an apron, almost like an architect apron or an engineer apron, kind of in the back, just getting her hands into like this meaty gravy while people are enjoying themselves over like trash can buckets.
Elegant.
Hello, my people. How are you all?
Yeah, they they look at their clothes and then they look at your clothes.
Apron.
And yes, oh, that's fine. Yeah, come on in. First meal is on us. Sit down. I can get you a nice bowl of the pot pie here. What's your preference on meat?
Just all of it. Just any of it.
All of it. Got it. Oh, excellent. And she uses her hand to just kind of shovel out some of this gravy meat stuff into a bowl. And like plops it down on a trash can. It's like, come sit.
Hey, everyone! This is just like the same as the ramen we had this morning, like 10 minutes ago. Let's go. Let's have some.
You do that, buddy. I'm gonna pat Dr. Necky again on the head.
So nice.
Just pat.
Why would you not
And,
accept the hospitality of these people?
And then I'm going to attempt a thing, which, is going to definitely be a thing of some kind in which I do stuff.
Thingies are
And
happening.
it's going to be the best as soon as I figure out what that means for, there it is. Never mind. I can do a thing. Sweet. Okay. I am going to do another investigation. I would like for it to be maybe somewhere in between investigation and interrogation, where I ask somebody, hey, did you see anybody running around with a pair of legs? That aside from their own legs, like an extra pair that they were carrying. If so, whereabouts?
Yeah, there is this bald individual, very muscular, not wearing a shirt, but has
Nice.
baggy pants and tattoos.
Nice.
Who raises their hand and says, yes, in fact, I believe I saw the gentleman that you're speaking of walk up those stairs with a very enthusiastic bag.
Oh, okay. Up those stairs right there.
Yes,
Okay.
those stairs right there. Just go on up. Though I think you might have to ask the mistress of this place if you have permission to go up there.
Oh, is she about like 11 feet tall or so?
No, it's her. And she like points at the woman with her hand in the gravy.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, if you need anything else, just come talk to me. I'm Dave, by the way.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Nice dude. Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Cosme. I'm so sorry. Hello. I'm a member of the militia.
Oh, okay. Your types usually aren't well accepted down here, but I hope it works out for you.
Yeah, the apron wearing one over there seems to be having a better go of it, but it's it is what it is. I thank you for your help.
Yeah, no problem. Keep doing the good work.
Thank you.
Well, Cosme, what did you find out?
The person that we were looking for most likely headed up those stairs. Dear friend over there saw someone carrying an enthusiastic bag, were his words.
Okay, so we just go up the stairs then.
Well, we need to talk to our apron friend first.
Y'all are missing out on this so great gravy.
Yeah, and there's no like no utensils, so you just have to like spoon this gravy.
This is
into your
so
mouth.
great. Why aren't you here? Did you have question, Cosme? Because I'm just like eating. What's happening?
No, I don't. I need to talk to somebody else.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep eating. I'm just so hungry. There's all this dead corpse just making me want
You live your best life.
Cosme, I'm
Live
going
in
to
it.
follow you because if I have to watch that, I'll go mad.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah.
Just we can't make sure to keep an eye on Neki, however, because they're just slippery. So we got to just from a distance.
What did you say, Aice?
Nothing.
Neki's always
Enjoy
been-
your smorgasbord.
Neki's always been a bit. Oh, good lord. Neki's always been a bit, ridiculous.
I am trying to communicate with the locals, and how you do that is through food. I am sure that they will give us information.
But at least between bites is what we're. What I encourage you to do. Just not simultaneous. Take your time, breathe, and then.
Just sit here and act like fool. It's
We've
fine.
gone over this so many times. But I will accompany Cosme to talk to this individual. As a note, since we already know each other, Cosme would know that Aice is trained in empathy and manipulation.
Oh shoot! Nice.
Shockingly, Aice is.
Shockingly, Aice would have that.
I don't exercise it, but I am trained in it.
Wow.
So are you guys just going up the stairs?
No, I think we're talking to this
We're
person
looking
first.
for our apron lady.
All right. Oh yeah, she's right there, just kind of like mixing in the gravy and the meat, just kind of like almost like you would with grapes with your feet, but with her hands. Just.
I think I go nearby, take a seat, like I'm just relaxing on some spot, set off the crab again up the stairs, so it can hopefully narrow things down.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Perfect. This thing kind of like crawls up the stairs, and the door is open. And there is Well, there is a kind of construct being somewhat made. You notice that this person now doesn't have their cloak on anymore, but is a very pale woman with kind of like this white hair down to her waist, who is trying to like sew this bottom half of a leg onto this construct's body to try to make it complete. And she has kind of like these thick framed glasses that just have her eyes like make it huge as she's doing this.
Mm. How close is the construct to completion?
It looks pretty much almost done. Like this bottom half looks like it's like what is necessary.
And is there anything nearby I can use to disrupt my crap?
Yeah.
I can do a perception.
Yeah, give me that. That'd be perfect. Go ahead. Give me that play.
Perception is clubs. I've actually got 2 clubs on me. Is 1 or 2 enough?
Yes. 1 is enough.
Excellent. There's your club.
Perfect.
And it is off.
So there's these shelves with boxes and stuff like that, and they're kind of like continuously being held aloft by those shelves. And you're pretty sure if this thing just kind of put some of its weight on the shelves, it would fall and tumble, and the boxes would probably smack the construct or this person.
Well, that sounds perfect.
Oh.
Nudge, nudge,
Yeah.
nudge.
So everyone downstairs hears a crash and a slight squeal. Everyone turns their head up, and that's where we'll take a break.
Ooh.
So for those who are watching, make sure to be a part of the contest and stuff like that. I believe it is continuing until the end of the break. Make sure to check it out. Make sure to donate and all the amazing stuff, and we will be back soonish.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Necrobiotic game as part of the GLSEN with Pride charity stream benefiting GLSEN. If you are just tuning in, we just got back from break, and I'm going to quickly go over the incentives again if this is your first time joining us. We have... For $5, you can have one of these lovely players add another card to their hand so they can actually succeed in their shenanigans. For $10, you can give one player of your choice to refresh their entire hand. And for $15, one of them is able to be trained in a skill, which I believe is 2 cards. They can...
Yeah, it lets them play 2 cards, which is huge.
Perfect. So yeah, exclamation point incentives. There is a donation link, and the... giveaway for a current player token that is GLSEN with Pride charity stream themed will be ending in just a minute. So last chance to get that all set and joined, and I'll hand it right back over to Mitch.
There we go. So perfect. Last we left, there was a crash, a boom, a slight squeal. From your perspective, Kiann, you like look at your screen, and this woman as well as the construct are like in this pile of boxes and stuff, as all these kind of electronics and tools and everything spill out of these. Yeah, she's knocked out. The woman downstairs, who's kind of been looking at the meat and enjoying it, kind of like, yeah, she wipes her apron. Gotta go check out what that is. Starts waddling up the stairs.
Does that just solve the problem, or what? Are we good?
Okay, we just go.
That?
Do we need a distraction? And then
Maybe that was the distraction and looks.
Necky's
looks
gonna
up
hold
at
up like
Kiann.
food. Do we need any more distraction?
I don't like where that's going. I'm going to say no.
The person was building a construct in there. So
Ooh.
we've got to... Well, they murdered someone for it, so that's not exactly good, you know.
But it's just, you said construct, okay? All dead bodies. I know it's murder. It's a little ethical, but the construct.
Oh.
What was it? I want to go see. I'm gonna try to push past like Kiann just to see if I can see the construct.
I'm literally just sitting on a step in the corner.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Like he's looking at it from console.
Yeah, because I want to see what the construct's about. Like, is it helpful for our journey?
Yeah, I mean, you can follow the lady who's kind of going up the stairs to get your eyeballs on it.
Yeah, I definitely will. Hey, Aice, do you want to come too? You can help me try identifying it.
Okay, so do you remember when we talked about using fake names when we're around people we don't know in case people come inquiring after us? This is one of those times.
Okay, what should I call you, Aice? What
It's
was
too
the
late
name?
now. You've said my name like
I'm
5
sorry.
times.
I'm sorry. So what should I call you next time? Just like,
Just
yeah.
shake my head, but follow this woman up the stairs.
Maybe I should call you something different too.
How
Oh,
about Joker?
Aice is my fool.
There's not an eye roll powerful enough. I would require new construct eyeballs to roll my eyes hard enough to express how I
It's
feel
okay,
about
Aice.
that.
I know you're just a fool in love and fool Russian. That's all. That's what we do all the time. I call you Elvis, maybe. Oh, that was a good time. Anyways, let's go, Aice.
Yeah, you guys are going up the stairs, and as you do notice 2 rats and a smaller rat kind of set about a smaller table, trying to enjoy their meals. It looks like one of them is trying to reconcile a marriage which has fallen apart over the last couple of years, but it looks like the other rat is giving them another chance. How it'll turn out, we don't know, but hopefully good.
Stay together for the rat babies.
No, don't separate them.
But you head upstairs, and there is a woman with kind of just disheveled white hair, face down underneath the boxes, with like this body construct flopped over all the bodies too, or all the boxes. There's only one body, and this woman is kind of going up and starting to move the boxes off of them.
What has happened here?
Well, if you ask me, it looks like maybe one of the screws was loose from a shelf. It tousled onto the wean right here. It knocked him out, probably a concussion. And unfortunately, looks like the construct plopped up and fell on the boxes too. So, Saturdays, right?
Yeah.
Saturdays indeed. Is this a friend of yours or?
Oh, this is my wean. This is my daughter.
Oh, I'm so sorry about the concussion. I could help.
No, concussions are fine. As far as I see, you just kind of walk it off, right?
Okay. Good luck with that. Is this something that they've been working on for a while now? Gesturing to the construct.
Yeah, I think so. Ever since her pa died off, she's been always trying to help me with the shop. I'm getting a little too old for this, as so to speak. I can't really do it for too much longer. I think she feels some sort of guilt in that way, not really able to do much. But I guess this is how she's trying to fill in that gap. Or maybe she's just looking for a father figure or something to give her a hug.
Yes.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
These are all very sad and understandable reasons for theft. I suppose I understand.
Oh, theft? I haven't heard of this, no?
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, these legs were attached to someone, topside. Someone still living, I should add.
Oh, are they still living now?
Well, clearly not. Clearly not.
I mean, I don't know what architects get up into nowadays. They seem to be able to put everything back together.
Well, had I the time, I could have. However, we have been in pursuit of these legs for the better part of a few hours.
So instead of ensuring the life of the person, you just went after the legs.
Yes.
Mm.
I don't, what, say, I don't, I think this is one of the, you're insinuating something, but I don't pick up on that very well. Why don't you just say?
No, it's just, I don't know. Before we start blaming the Wien, why don't we maybe look at society, is what I'm saying. What are you here for concerning the little one? Is she in trouble? Are you going to take her in? Are you just going to give her a slap on the wrist? Like, she's been through a lot, so...
I try not to make a habit of slapping unconscious people, so I'm going to say no. If you surrender the legs, we'll call it even. Forget any of this ever happened.
So she can keep the legs?
No, we will keep the legs.
Oh.
In fact, why don't you send her topside to get some education?
Oh, that's not really how it works. At the age of 14, you get swooped on into whatever job you're going to be meant for, and then after that, you just really don't have a choice. Look, down here, we have chosen freedom from the technocracy more than anything else, and it might not be much, and I might be eating leftovers from like 3 weeks ago from several rats I've mished up together and had to fight for, but at least it's my choice to put it in my mouth, and it's not someone else's choice. You know what I'm saying?
I suppose, but I think you're getting into a bit of, I mean, freedom is an illusion regardless of whether or not you think you have it. So I would say that, yes, you are free to suffer if you would like to suffer. But
that seems pretty pessimistic, okay? I mean, you can't be coming around. She might hear, and she's a very idealistic kid. I mean, I want to keep that optimism as long as I can. I don't want them being frowny face like you all the time.
Ma'am. She would be so lucky to have this frowny face. I'll tell you that right now.
Look, the face is great. It is beautiful. It's well chiseled. Amazing.
You don't get frown lines like these by just sleeping all the time. These are earned. This depression is earned.
Yeah, maybe we don't want to earn depression. Maybe.
But then, isn't it my choice? I am free to be depressed if I want to be.
It is true. I just don't want such dark things around. I mean, she smiles a lot, and I appreciate it. So it's nice. I just feel like, yeah, I actually don't know what we were talking about here.
This is fascinating, but I'm going to take the legs and I'm going to go.
Oh, okay. I can't really stop you. My legs hurt. It's these bunions on the bottom of it, really. So
great.
Go.
I'm just gonna take my
you go, Aice. You do that. You go. You go, girl. Don't come back.
I will, give the kid a pat on the face, be like, wake up. You're not supposed to sleep if you have a concussion. Get up.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck? What happened?
Well, you stole something. You murdered somebody and stole something, and then we followed you down here, and then something collapsed on top of you, and I was just speaking with your mother, and she really wants you to be free and happy. So good luck with that, but we're taking the legs back.
Oh, hold on, please. They don't need their legs, right? I'm sure their top side and such. I'm sure they can get like replacements from the Citadel or something. But my mom, she really needs something like this to help her in the store. I don't want her to have to walk on her bunions for the next couple of years. I want her to be able to sit down and rest. This doesn't seem fair.
Yes, nothing is fair. Sugar, I need your assistance in here, please.
Oh, yes, Spite, I'm coming here. Oh, my Joker. Hello, dear. It is I. Are you good at trigonometry at all? Because you could be my angle.
This is one of my partners.
What?
I'm going to let you feel this out while I take these legs apart. Okay. You go for it.
The older lady's like, oh, yeah, are you two together?
Yeah, like in a working sense. I'll let you interpret that. We don't even know sometimes.
It sounds like partner, like maybe there's like some repressed like attraction to one another that maybe you guys haven't yet fulfilled and maybe need to explore sometime, you know?
You think so?
Yes.
Oh,
I think it's never too late to
Just
experiment.
cutting furiously as quickly as I can to get out of the situation.
I'll think about that. It never really crossed my mind, but I'll do it as a heckle. Yes.
I enter the room, and like as quickly and quietly as possible, the drone like travels up my back and snaps back in.
Yeah.
So then she says it, you'll believe it. But when I say it, it's just me being silly.
What you're talking about?
You two have had a special relationship for years now. I just think that maybe you should acknowledge it.
Is this where we want to do this? Around this pile of boxes under the ground, watching this rat soap opera take place? This is where we choose to have this conversation?
Yeah, Go ahead, sorry.
Maybe you could learn something from them. Look at them right now.
Are you looking at the rats? Yeah, one of the rats is placing a delicate hand upon the other rat's hand, and they staring at each other while their baby rat is kind of playing with their sister. It looks like they're trying to figure out where they want to go to, like what is life after what has happened? Is there forgiveness in the present, or will forgiveness come in the future? And will that expectation keep them together, or is it better to just split and find their own happiness?
So many lessons from the rats we can learn from the rats. Dr. Necky would like to continue to talk to the teenager, I guess, and say, look, there's no need to steal these legs, and you know what? You are in luck because you got sugar and spite right here, so we could construct new legs for this old lady. So and even better than the ones you have. I am able to construct anything.
Well, if you're willing to help, that's fine. It's just in my current predicament, there was no other option. So I'm glad you've presented another option for me. Well, this is, I guess, just kind of your privilege coming in and trying to save the day, which is fine. Please do it. I very much appreciate it.
Look, no need to. This is the technocracy. Yes, you're welcome. I've come to and save you all. This is me, Dr. Necky.
I give a little whistle, and then I just mime slowly digging oneself into a hole.
Yeah, the older woman looks around and Cosme, are you upstairs or did you stay downstairs?
I was staying.
Just chilling downstairs.
Yeah, it was. As soon as I'd seen those two run up, I was like, nah.
No. This could be bad.
Yeah, Dave has come over with a little tulip. It's dead, but and petrified, but places it before you.
What is this?
Well, it's a dead tulip.
Right. But like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say what is this. I should say why is this?
Well, this might be presumptuous of me, but I was hoping maybe whenever you have some time off, I could show you some of the places here. Maybe get to know you a little bit better.
Dave, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay, yeah.
And it's, it has nothing to do. I actually really like flowers, so thank you. But I play for the other team, if you get my drift. So
I do. And you know what? That's awesome. If it's cool, we can be friends, I think.
I mean, Dave, here's the thing. Every time that a dude has ever said that to me, that's not what they mean. It means that I'm going to try and change your orientation until you decide to.
No, that's I find that rude and kind of archaic for humanity. I feel like if anything,
right?
Yeah, in this world, right, where we don't have much, we should be able to love and respect each other and ourselves. So I came over because I found you interesting, and whether no matter what shape the relationship takes, I think valuing you as a person is the goal here. So being your friend sounds amazing. If you'd like to still hang out, maybe sometime, and I don't know,
You
can
know what,
introduce
Dave?
you to some of the guys.
Fuck yeah.
Excellent.
Fuck yeah. Pound it.
Oh.
You want to share a meatball?
I should probably go check on my friends. But
That's fair. Yeah, it sounds like a lot's happening up there.
yeah, they always get into some bullshit. But yeah, no, I will actually like rain check though, because that food doesn't smell as bad as I thought it would.
Yeah, it's decent. All right. Yeah. See you
All right,
later.
Dave. Check you later.
And upstairs, the older woman has kind of sliding on over to Kiann. So I hear you technosophists get some of the old antiquated items from the junk pile. I'm looking for a very particular item, if you don't mind, and it actually might help these two as well, the married couple.
Okay, let me help with this.
Mhm.
I'm not like them. You don't need to try and convince me. Just ask.
Okay.
What is it?
I've heard pray tell of something that helps. Let's talk another time. This actually might be inappropriate among the kids and stuff like that. So she just kind of blushes and takes a few steps.
No. Just, you know what? Here, I pull open like a notebook. Write it down.
Okay.
No judgment.
She writes down. She shows you. It says neck massager.
That? That's all you need?
Oh.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
No problem. It may take a week to get here, but
Cool. Yeah, I was thinking the ones with the two prongs. They really get into
Yeah,
the area.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I'll give you the one I use at home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool. That's fine. So Cosme, you come up here to this scene. This kind of awkwardness while Aice is cutting the bottom half of a body, blood kind of dripping and splashing out everywhere. A concussed young woman who's trying to get a hang of herself, but is not able to kind of stand up without like falling around. And then I think Dr. Necky just kind of doing Dr. Necky things with Kiann talking to an older lady.
Quickly takes in all of that. Is this Sour our culprit?
Mm-hmm.
The stumbly one?
Correct.
I mean, okay, so this is out of character, obviously, question, but under the codex, murder, you can't, like...
Yeah, you can't murder
that's
people.
That's not a thing.
Yeah,
okay.
That's very frowned upon. Very frowned upon.
Okay, well, I will approach this younger, stumbly individual, and are you, and I think I'd be able to like do an investigation if I have to just like look and see if this person's got like residual blood on them.
Yeah, like residual blood. It had like the same cloak you recognize
like
going down. Yeah,
anything like that.
Yeah, you're like, this is, every court will say this person done goofed.
Are you the one who took those those
So
legs.
if
up
you're
top side.
asking, did I, in the middle of an alleyway, take a hacksaw to an individual and slowly slice the bottom half of this person while also trying to muffle their screams, and then take off with said objects back to my domicile to make myself a representation of my father, who I do so miss, then yes, all of these are accurate on that counts. But
Well, those were my questions. Yes.
oh, Doctor, this one over here said they'd vouch for me, and I'll be okay. And they're going to fix everything with their privilege.
I didn't really quite say that. That's weird.
I'm sorry to say, but Dr. Necronomicon over there is not, in fact, above the law. There is a process that has to be followed. I don't know what she told you, but I am a member of the militia and I have a job to do. I'm sorry. I'm sure you have your reasons, as we all do.
You could have just had a sketch done. You need to do this.
What?
Mostly when people miss someone, they get art, not this.
This is odd
Like,
in a way.
Maybe there could be an in between. You do know that that's like it's not right to like murder. Like it's not great.
Well, it wouldn't be murder if someone came out and like helped the person, right?
What?
Are you insinuating that we and not cleaning up your mess are also involved in your crime?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Also, you have to tell me if you're militia, if you are militia.
I am militia. I'm not hiding. Firstly, that is actually a misconception. We don't have to tell you shit. But also, I am militia. I do not hide that. I have to take you into custody.
You realize that woman, who you attacked, she died drowning in a pool of her own blood.
Yeah,
Right.
that was not great.
I didn't know it was going to happen like that, though.
You came at her with a hacksaw by your own admission.
This is why I'm
Yeah.
saying you need an education. This is shoddy work. Clean slice is always
And
the
listen,
way to go.
you're young. I'm sure you have not had an easy go of it, but
Well, it just doesn't seem fair. I mean, she was up there enjoying her life and whatever life that might be. She had friends and family, and she had privilege and all the stuff that I wish we here down here had. And all I want is a construct, and we've been trying to have one down here to help Mama, and she can't keep going on her knees. Eventually, she's going to break down, and then when that happens, what then? Will the Citadel take her to make her a construct, or will she starve to death because we can't afford food? Is her life more important than the life of myself and my mother's, as well as the other people who are reliant upon us in order to survive? If this doesn't happen, someone was going to die from the beginning or the end. It just seems better this way.
Well, you should have been the one
understand
to write
that-
the book.
I understand that
dilemmas.
and your I understand your perspective. I do. But to answer your question, no. These people those of us who live topside are not more important than you. No life is more equal than any other life.
Doesn't
And
feel like that though.
I understand. I know that's not the way that society has been structured, but that does not give you the right to take a life. Do you understand, young one?
Kind of, yeah, but what's going to happen to me?
That is not for me to decide.
Perhaps we could figure out a solution that benefits all. Philosophy aside, there's really no way to get you out of the situation that you have created for yourself. So I want that to be clear. However,
We could just not say anything. That would be the way to get out of it, basically.
listen,
That would get you out of it. But now that I am involved, I have a job that I have to do. I cannot in good conscience let you go. What if you do this again? What if you have another
This is it.
lapse in judgment?
No, this is once this construct is up and ready to go, it can go around and make the meals and stuff like that, and it'll be great. And my mom can sit down and rest. And then even when she passes, because Ma, you are gonna die soon. When that happens, we'll still be able to eat because there'll be someone to take care of us and ensure that we have food on the table.
And how do I know that some other kid won't get ideas because of what you've done?
We don't tell anyone.
Hey. What's your name, kid? What's your name?
Aoife.
Aife. Okay, I see where you're going. There's a lot of morality, and I think spite has a lot of has a solution. We can come to a compromise. I say that you do have to be responsible for your actions, but I know how to create constructs. It's no worries. Your family here will be able to survive like the rats. The rats here are giving really good moral situation. You can too, but you might have to listen to my friend Cosme. We got caught red-handed. That's just how life
looking
works.
over at the rats, it seemed like one of the rats has stood up and is now gazing out the window. The other one is a crying mess on the table. A little onion ring is on the table.
Good for you, rats.
Yeah,
Our decision is the right one.
Yeah.
Here's what I propose. Again, for every action, there is a reaction. That is just the way that things are. So there's no getting away from the consequences of the choice that you have made. However, you do have a knack for it, even if the work is a bit sloppy. So perhaps we could advocate that we take you as part of your rehabilitation into our care. You can work with Neki and I, learn a proper skill rather than this hack job that you've done, and then you can correct this by creating a proper construct. We can send it back down here. I cannot guarantee you'll ever get to see your mother again, so you should probably say goodbye while you can. But we could resolve the situation as efficiently as possible.
Can I show you something? It's not too far off. It's actually only a few meters away. But I'd like to show you something.
Can you just show us from here? That sounds like
no,
a trap.
it's in another house. How's it going to be a trap? You guys have like crossbows and whips and all sorts of manner of dealing out horrible pain. And I have a shirt and jeans and decent shoes.
Let's go.
I'm going to be taking her into like some kind. I don't think I have handcuffs or anything like that on me, but I like to think that she would have her kind of her hands pinned behind her back, and just like be leading her where she wants to go and say, okay, I'm going to entertain this, but Aice, Doctor, neither of you are above the codex.
Sure. All I'm saying is we could ask.
Oh, I want to do something right now to Cosme. Oh.
Also, Tiny Poison has a refresh. So.
Oh, well, I haven't spent any cards because I've just been yammering, so I'll save that for a clutch moment.
I think I'm going to speak. Technically speaking, this could count as community service, As long as this person makes reparations to the family that they killed, apologizes, gives them this shoddy construct, and, I see, I think most would go for it. And I think especially if a militia member were to stand up and say, I believe this person deserves the chance to do community service.
Community service, free labor, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is we could all get something out of this.
It's true. And we could say that the militia didn't see anything and didn't see it because they got food in their face. Ha! I'm gonna throw something at the militia. At Cosme. Because you know what? I'm a deck burner and I'm gonna use my dexterity.
Oh snap!
All right,
All right.
bet, fucking
Yeah.
bet.
I am not
so
getting involved.
PvP.
opposed
PvP.
rolls basically, if the attacker can get more successes than the defender,
Oh fuck
their
yeah, it's
action.
gonna happen.
Okay, but
I've lined it up.
I have I do have a skill in readiness,
Readiness will work in this instance. Yeah.
and I have 2 successes.
All right.
Well, I have 3 dexterity, so booyah!
Oh, you can only play 2 cards.
No.
Remember,
If
only
it-
2 for trained.
if they add up to 8 or more,
Mm-hmm.
those
Yeah.
cards.
So let's see. You have a jack, which what's the numeric value on that one?
It should say suit and value underneath your
Yeah.
Underneath my ability.
Your
Mhm.
special
Yeah, right
ability.
next to it. I'm looking at
I'm-
where you at, engineer.
I don't know.
Oh, there we go. All right, it's a 6. Oh, if you could have like one more, if your other club was a little bit more numeric value, you would have 3 successes. Because you have a 6 of clubs, and if you just had a 2 of clubs. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
I have it.
oh,
Ha!
oh,
Ha!
oh.
All
I have a
right.
jack and a 3. Let's go.
Well, I'll come visit you in jail.
Yeah, Cosme, you're getting hit by meat pie delight. Yep, I'll just go let that happen.
I mean, I didn't let it happen, but
Yeah, you tried to dodge.
it just didn't work.
Yeah.
Cosme, come on? What is with you? And I'm trying to just get your attention here. What all of us are trying to say is that there is rehabilitation in the works. And plus
Wiping
you
the
didn't
gravy off of my face.
You didn't
Yeah.
see anything that is abnormal. I mean, yeah, sure, yeah, murder happened, but the construct is more important. Think of the advances in technology if we molded this young mind who could do surgery just as good as Spite or Aice. Yes.
No one's
Yeah.
going to do surgery as good as me. I'm
And
just
that's
going to throw
true.
that out there.
Yeah.
First
And-
of all,
And like once Cosme is hit, like the whole like tavern goes very quiet, and everyone's just kind of watching. Like,
first of all, I never said I was against some kind of rehabilitation. I said that I have a job to do and that I am doing this job. Rehabilitation was always on the table. Second
Oh,
of
great.
all, you have just assaulted a militia member. So
we're
we're
just
going to have to
friends.
settle that up at some point.
That was just like a friendly like food fight. You know, they do that sometimes with the tomatoes. So this was just like a food festival fun.
Well, not
It's
only have
beautiful.
you assaulted a militia member, you have also, impeded me in my line of duty and my work. So
Ace,
We'll
do
have
you
a
want to
talk
just go
later.
over to the next building, while they're at it?
I'm quietly dragging these legs out of here. I don't want none of this shit. I don't want none of this.
yeah, you have like this like floppy legs you're carrying.
I know where to find Dr. Necky if need be, if she tries anything slippery. But for now, I'm just going to focus on the job at hand. Aoife, impress me.
Oh, wow. This is, I guess it won't be impressive for the most part. It's actually going to be kind of sad. But okay, sure. And they come into a household where there are several little ones just kind of roaming about, eating crumbs and stuff like that. There's an older one kind of cooking and making stew. Aoife points and says, they had parents, of course. We all down here have parents, but their parents got sick. If the sickness persisted, their bodies would be very difficult to manipulate past death. And so the Citadel grabbed them while they were still alive, took them, and we haven't seen them since. So, to be honest, I don't want to be a part of the Citadel. I want to stay as I am, because whatever's happening there, it can't be right.
These are serious allegations you are making.
Yeah, and I can't really say them up above because, of course, you speak ill of the Citadel and you might put you in the vegetable gardens. I want that to happen to me. I have people to take care of.
Do you say that all of these people have had that happen to them? Their parents or their loved ones?
Yes. In every human society, there will always be people that, if the power structure is able to, will take advantage of. And these are these people. The Citadel is no different.
Cosme will release Aoife and kind of scribble down some notes. Probably looks very disturbed upon hearing this.
Can I have the legs back, or
you can catch Aice.
No, they scare me in so many ways. I prefer just to get
Smart kid.
Yeah, if it's okay with you, I'm just gonna go back. I feel like we're done here.
Aoife, if I need to get more information about what you've just told me, would you be willing to speak with me, only me? I won't bring anybody else. Would you be willing to speak with me later at some point?
I can talk to you, sure, but
okay.
I hope that you will do everything in your power to ensure that whatever I say here doesn't have consequences for
your name, and she'll show her notes. Your name is not mentioned.
All right, then fine. Come down here whenever you want.
Great, thank you. And we'll pat Aoife more affectionately than Dr. Necky has been patted.
Hey, kid, do you want to learn how to make a construct?
She'll hug Cosme, like, this is needed. I haven't done this in a while.
Oh, Cosme will hug back.
That's so cute.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I think I'm woozy. Everything's tipsy, topsy turvy.
Yeah, we think you may have a concussion, sweetie.
That's going to be a problem. And also, I make constructs fine on my own. I don't need to know how the Citadel does it. I have figured it out, and I think I can do it myself. Yeah.
Dr. Necky is in name a member of the Citadel, but in practice, most of us would call them more of an anarchist. So I think you may still be able to learn something from them if you feel like having a quick lesson.
Yeah. Maybe sometime. I'm going to take a wee bit lie down. Maybe
don't go to sleep.
Don't go to sleep.
No sleep.
Do that.
Okay. I'm not going to go to sleep. I'm just going to eat and stuff. Maybe get some coffee or something. She just kind of goes woo woo until she gets into the tavern again. You guys outside with legs. Apparently.
Oh.
Okay, so are we done here, or we've recovered what we needed?
I guess we have. But what are we gonna do for these people?
Are we required to do something for them? I don't understand the question.
Yes, Aice, of course. Look at them. They're all like just here without the technocracy's gifts of technology, and they're so poor. What are we gonna do?
Literally just what face? What do you want?
We could build them constructs to help them. They should be in squalor. They should live the life as well as those rats over there in the corner.
Oh,
did you see those rats? That's they're headed for divorce court. There's nothing happy going on over there.
That's okay.
Looking back at the rats, it seems like they have the kids and they're playing with them kind of on a swing. It looks like even though they've separated, they still find time to enjoy each other's company.
Co-parenting.
Yeah, and enjoy the kids' company.
The most that we could do is leave them to their own devices. There's no happy ending here, Necky.
Oh, but Aice, I see so much that how could we help them? Should we seal off the entrance so that no one will ever find them from the Citadel?
That sounds a bit like imprisonment. I don't know if that's what you're intending.
Not imprisonment. Don't want them to be bothered by other Citadel members. Even though I do build constructs for the scientific empire, there are not individuals like us who would not take advantage of their state.
Well, they won't be bothered if they don't come topside and commit more murders. So that's kind of on them.
Yeah.
According to Aoife, that is apparently not a prerequisite for people topside coming in and ruining their lives.
What did she tell you?
She said that I don't think you were there, but she showed me, it looked rather like some kind of like an orphanage or something similar, but everybody in there had lost someone. 2 members of the Citadel who had been harvesting people who were alive but ill to be made into constructs, which, if true, is very disturbing.
Fascinating.
I don't think she has a reason to lie, and it would explain her desperation.
So what do you propose that we do?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's worth looking into. We're already down here. I know you're not big on helping, but...
Come on, Spite.
Your wife is here and she's on board, so...
First of all, I don't understand where we're getting these. Labels are icky. You know what I mean? Like, let's keep it loosey-goosey.
I'm sorry, your partner is here.
Fine. Kiann, do you have a vote one way or the other?
I do not understand why I'm here in this relationship. I seem like the odd one out and not in a good way. I feel like you three are in, something, and I'm just here being number 4.
I am not in whatever they're...
There's nothing to be in or out of. I don't understand what you're talking about.
You say that.
You want to be part of this for sure.
A part of a emotional core for them. You know what I mean? So I feel like...
Listen, I mean, Kiann, we can discuss a kitchen table situation. Like, I've never said that that's off limits. I'm just saying you have to put a little bit in if you want to get something out of it.
Well, I don't want anything. I'm like, I bet for the other team, shirts, not skins, football, not basketball, tech, not organic.
Okay,
excuse me, human skill is the best.
I wasn't actually...
No, I got you. Don't. Yeah, you'll get a headache if you think too hard about it.
And you still have the item to get the older lady. So that's
yes. I promised some lady a neck massager.
2 prongs.
2 prongs.
Mm-hmm.
I also have 2 prongs.
What?
I don't even understand that euphemism, Neki. I don't. What do you?
I mean, I could create 2 prongs for them for the neck massager. Is that what you want?
It's not a neck massager. Can we just all? Do we have to? She's not over here right now, so we could just be honest. That's not what she's asking for.
Obviously.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just let you take ownership of that, Kiann. I have no interest in assisting that woman in that way.
Okay, so shall we?
Yes, I will be going. I have something to attend to here. Kiann has something to attend to. Aice will go because Neki is going.
That's true. We're a package deal. Isn't that great?
Don't test me.
We'll just start walking and she'll follow.
Yeah. So as you guys are walking, you see someone you recognize, which is a very tall woman without missing both of her legs.
If it isn't the consequences of my action. well.
Consequences are back.
Yeah, like just kind of like dragging herself forward, and they see you, and there is a frowny face on their face. Of course, they're not like 10 feet anymore, but yeah.
Oh, look!
How's the novel going? Yeah, I would start over if I were you. I would just throw it all out.
Cosme continues walking.
I'm not walking. I'm
Hey,
just trying
hold
to-
on. I thought I was very polite to everyone, and honestly, who left that feedback on my novel?
I think that was
Points
already
at
there.
Aice.
That was already there. I don't know
That
what you're
was-
talking about.
It was not there. I was just there to do their stuff.
I don't know. You know what? Sometimes pages write themselves, and like you did, you probably weren't in a good place. And so we're going to do something.
How long is this talk going to happen?
We're just gonna go though.
Can I get my stuff back?
Do you mean your dignity? Because probably not at this point.
Whoa.
Oh my God, that's trauma right there. Oh man, she's just gonna frown like.
I have a leg. I was gonna do something really cool with it. Would you want it back, just as it is, or something cooler?
Oh, I would like it back. That would be great if I could have
The-
both. Of
The
them
woman
back.
would like to walk.
That would be-
It's not
You
just
have-
a weapon. It's literally how she gets around. That's
We
Let's just do
really
it
need to
tomorrow.
talk, I think, Kiann, about our choice in companions, because this seems to happen all the time whenever we're with.
steals an accessibility aid.
I know they're.
Here's the leg. I can construct something for you that helps you.
No, this is fine. I just want my old things back. And maybe I don't know a nice chat sometime about the direction of the novel. Like I like constructive criticism is okay. It just felt like it was ferocious criticism and
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how
you-
they are.
yeah. You know what? Ace is the best at constructive criticism. She's so good. Yeah, really great. You ask her for help. She has a lot of empathy. lots of empathy.
Neki, you're the worst liar. I think that I've ever met.
Oh, I only speak truth. She's trained. Up
That
to the
in and of
nines.
itself was a lie.
No, it's not.
I mean, I am trained. It's just, I don't whip it out for just anybody.
Oh, I know, Ace. I know.
Listen.
Oh, for goodness sake! I shoot her in the leg.
Ah!
Are you really shooting her in the leg or just?
Yeah, the other leg,
Oh shit.
the
Who
one
are
she
you sh-
has.
Who are you shooting?
This woman, so we can move on with her lives.
Oh god. That is the
Doesn't-
solution.
You guys took both of the legs.
Don't see you guys like it was all of us. I was not party to that.
Yeah, like-
We took both legs.
I
What?
thought so, or was it
Okay.
just one?
I don't
Well,
know
you
anymore.
Technically
Keep
took
up with
this
your legs.
weapon. You had a hidden weapon that you could have used against us at any time.
Oh, it was just one. So yeah, you can't shoot the other leg. if you
Okay,
want
so-
dexterity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run forward because I don't want to get into combat with this person again. Nope, I'm out. I'm out, I'm out.
You're like,
I would like
"Well,
to
I'm
refresh
out."
my deck instead. I'm going to go hang out like a mile up. Our
All
path.
right, cool. Yeah, it smacks into their leg. There's like a
Draw my
little
cards.
ding as it smacks into the metal gears and stuff. She just like looks up at you like,
Sorry.
but why?
I ripped the other leg, out of
Oh shit.
Dr. Necronomicon's hands, put it beside her. We are leaving now.
Oh, that's fair. I just wanted this back. Thanks for shooting me and I guess giving me my leg back.
I'm not the nice one.
Kiann, why are
I'm
you
the
like
nice
this?
one.
It's true. Ace is the nicest. You're so great.
Stop
dear.
talking. Start moving.
I'm,
I've been walking. I have not ceased walking at any point.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Dr. Necronomicon.
Oh.
I was just like looking at the construct, and I was like, oh, and then I'm gonna just like slug through. I'm just like gonna be like fine.
All right. So I assume you guys reach back to the surface, grabbing the Necromobile on the way.
Yes.
I'm at the surface sans Necromobile.
Same here.
Chilling, probably back at the body, maybe looking at it, covering it, doing that shit.
On my way out, I will leave one tiny additional note at the bottom of this manuscript that just says, keep your perspective consistent. You cannot switch between first and third person so often because it confuses the reader. And I'll just keep walking after that.
You did so good, Aice. Look at you trained
This
in
is as good as it gets.
your empathy and constructive criticism.
And I'm not riding back to the top in the Necromobile. I'm going with Cosme.
Aice,
I've had
are
enough.
you sure? There's a spot right here for you. It's very hot. It's very nice.
No. I'll throw the legs in there.
Okay, Aice, whatever you say.
Yeah. So you guys meet
And
back
they
up
ask
at
why no one joins them.
the ramen place.
Yeah, I'll be with the body.
Yeah, the body at this point is in the Citadel. Militia would have grabbed it by
Sweet, just making sure that got done.
Yeah, like there's a construct like power washing the blood and stuff
Okay,
into
cool.
a drain.
Well, I'll just be there waiting for the trying to think of a clever name.
Peanut gallery?
No, the Necky posse.
The Necky posse?
The Neckies.
Yeah.
The Neckies.
The Neckies.
To arrive.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair.
Aice, are you sure you didn't want to ride in here? Because like I enjoy these construct legs, but you're also a tall pair of legs.
Oh my god. No.
Okay, your loss.
I don't want that.
Beautiful relationship.
Yeah, is the ramen shop still serving ramen? Because I didn't get to finish my bowl and I'd really like to order another one.
They're constructs, so they're always
Yeah.
there. You kind of just put the money in like a little hole where their throat is, just kind of, and it jingles in their esophagus.
Yep, that's what I'll do.
So, Kiann, where are you going to get their neck massager?
Well, I'll build one.
Ah!
Oh,
Okay.
you can just do that?
I built,
How
I
have
built
we never
mine.
do
Why
discussed
not build this one?
Oh, yeah.
You have
That's...
this ability.
I can build almost anything out of technology and synthetic materials that are easily cleaned so you don't accidentally put infections in places you don't want them.
Huh?
Very
Got a
important.
point. Got a point. I always preferred metal myself. Pat's crossbow.
I mean, that's
do
not what
you
this...
want me
I'm
to
not
make
here to
you one
yuck
too?
your yums.
Oh, no. It's just
Because let me tell you, mine is very good.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm the only one in the party who doesn't know anything about building anything. So, you guys are just like magicians to me. It's all.
Well, it's funny you should say that because, and I pull out a, is this your car?
Oh my god, it's my Joker! How did you get
No,
that?
that's a 9.
Whoops.
Well,
And here's
let's-
my Joker right beside me.
Best couple.
You can't have one minute in the spotlight. 1 minute for me. Too much.
That
Oh,
didn't say
Kiann.
anything. I want you to be the star, Kiann.
Go ahead.
Thank you. About time someone did.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I think I go back to my workshop, pull out my parts, and have at it.
Making this perfect thing. All right, go ahead and give me a electronics assembly.
I can do that.
The more successes, the higher the vibration setting goes.
We have a 5 and a 3, which makes an 8.
Oh,
of
all the way
spades.
up to 11 then with 3 successes.
Yeah. So it's going to be sturdy.
Mhm.
It's going to have a remote control.
Oof.
Nice.
Turn on privilege.
Oh, car starter.
Yeah, and it's exceptionally. It's got several dials. Let's put it that way.
Oh, function.
Oh, and it warms up.
Right?
Of course, it warms up.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. That's a really good
Wow,
necklace
wow, wow,
on
wow.
her.
Lots
I
of-
would, after ramen, I would go with Cosme because I want to know more about what Aoife said. And
Mhm.
I want to see if there's any way I can start doing a little digging of my own, perhaps with other fellow physicians and people who may have encountered these sick people, and start to follow whatever trail there may be.
Yeah. What role or what play did you? I always say role. It's like, oh my god,
It's hard to break it.
It is very hard. What play? What are you going to play? What skill?
Well, I imagine that anybody who knows anything isn't probably going to offer that information very willingly. So I am going to use my manipulation, manipulation skill, I suppose, to try to convince them that it's better for them to just tell me what they know.
Excellent. All right. So for this, every success, you get to ask a question, much like Powered by the Apocalypse, and you will be kind of provided the answers through those scenes.
Okay. And I can only play 2, or I'm trained in it, so I get 2 cards?
Yeah, 2 cards.
Okay. I think, is it dumb to ask this question? Are aces low?
Aces are 1.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, it's never done.
Okay. And I have 2 questions that I can ask.
All right, cool.
4 and a jack. Oh, wait, jack is a skill, right?
Jack is, it's a skill, but the skills are always active. But the jack equals a 4.
Oh, then this is 8.
Yeah, so 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. Am I allowed to consult with Cosme and pretend that we would have already discussed what I needed to find out? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then Cosme, just take one of the questions for me.
I was actually going to do my own investigation.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Just because all the information I have is what I've already told you, like
Fair.
out loud.
Yeah.
So, it's just basically that there's a whole bunch of people under the city who have had loved ones and friends be taken by the Citadel while they're still alive, but just ill.
Okay.
For the purpose of constructs.
Got it. So my first question then to whomever I interact with would be, where are the sick people taken that are apprehended or coerced from other locations? Where are the live sick people being taken?
Yeah, so you're talking to Peggy, who is a very enthusiastic guy with like big poofy blonde curly hair, who works at the Citadel as an architect as well as for admin stuff. They kind of like speak, but you're kind of getting some information in between the lines. Like he shows you like the invoice forms of these people from the slums, and they all are deemed dead. So it looks like from the administrative level, they are placing it as dead for all paperwork.
Got it. Does Peggy tell me where they're being taken?
The vegetable gardens.
Okay.
The vegetable gardens are west of the city outside. They're just basically these farms owned by the Citadel, where if you've broken a law in a severe way, you work the vegetable fields until you die, and then you become a construct, and then you work the vegetable fields again. Until you break down, but it's kind of like the secure area where the farming happens. That's owned by the Citadel.
Okay, thanks, Peggy. I'm gonna find somebody else and ask a different question.
Oh, okay.
You're great, Peggy. I'll see you soon.
No problem.
The second person I interact with, I want to find out if they know who is heading up this particular project. Like, you know, yes, I'm going to obviously acknowledge that they're dead, but who has commissioned this particular farming system, so to speak? Who's in charge of bringing these people
Dr. Heinrich.
Heinrich. Do I know who that is?
Yeah, you've probably seen him in the office every now and then. He is definitely an architect with a lot of respect, tenure, stuff like that. He pretty much can lead up his own projects and stuff, but yeah, it seems like he's helping out with the vegetable garden project.
Got it. Okay.
All right. Swooping down over to Cosme. What are you doing? And what investigations are you approaching?
So I think that I would just start with the militia and kind of not go to the brass or anything. I would just be going to people kind of at my rank, maybe a tiny little bit higher, but just asking like, hey, have you guys heard this rumor of people who are still alive being taken from the underground, and trying to find out what they know from there.
All right, go ahead and make a manipulation roll.
Okay. Well, I was going to do investigation or bureaucratic process.
Ooh, yeah, those would work perfectly.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, but I have my pentacles right here. Which is yes, my tentacles are right here, which is spades.
Excellent. So looking over the invoices and speaking to people, you can kind of clearly see like these Sikh people were brought in by the militia for treatment at the Citadel. And then that's where the paperwork ends.
Okay. Cool beans. I don't have another play right now, so I will pass it to someone else.
All right, Dr. Neki.
Oh, what can I do? I guess I'm still, everyone else has left. My goodness.
You're just there at the ramen shop.
I'm just at the ramen shop.
Where's everyone?
Where is everyone? I was just like, dang it. But I did want to like figure out if there is a way that I could like build a construct. Maybe not to like solve everyone's problems, but like to aid in the people that we saw. Cause like it seemed like they had a need. So I have this ability.
Yeah, so the difficult thing is that the Citadel handles all the construct stuff. So you'd either kind of put in the paperwork to receive a construct or illegally make a construct.
Yeah, that
with
option.
You'll need the help of Aice because an engineer and the architect work together to create the construct. The architect is in charge of tanning the body, getting the medicine in that secures the organs and stuff like that for an extended period of time. They kind of deal with the software of the human body, while the engineer comes in at the end and starts putting like the metal pipes in, starts the gears into the flesh. They are kind of the hardware at the end, which makes the perfect construct. So these two, peanut butter and jelly together, that's
peanut butter jelly time.
So you're going to have to spend long hours with Aice making a construct. And, of course, finding a cadaver. Yeah.
I mean, this is my favorite part of the game, really. Just spending long periods of time with Aice all the time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I want to... I mean, I'm sure Aice is doing something. So I first will try to find the cadaver first and then try to find Aice and bother her in that sense.
Yeah, like in the Citadel, you'd have access to the place where they just keep all the bodies right before processing. Peggy is there monitoring everything and writing everything down and such like that. So how are you going to acquire said cadaver?
You know what? I'm a very charismatic person, I think. Hello, Peggy. 'Tis I, Dr. Neki. You know me. I know you. Hello. I'm back again.
Not really. No, I don't. But yeah, sure. For the sake of this conversation, let's say we know each other and that I find we're cool. We're cool.
Yeah? Okay, yeah. Great.
How's your partner, by the way? I think...
Oh, do you mean Aice?
Yeah, me and my partner were thinking maybe we can do like a double date sort of thing.
Absolutely, 100%. Aice would love nothing more than just to be on a double date. I'll tell Aice, Aice and I are peanut butter and jelly. I'm the jelly, and she's like the peanut butter.
Somewhere in the world, Aice just got a migraine wherever they are.
It's okay. Yeah.
So Aice is nutty?
Aice is thick. That's why I like the peanut butter.
Yes. Okay, that's fair. No, I was speaking to Ace not too long ago, and yeah, thick. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I love peanut butter and Aice. That's the commonality they share.
Is it like
with
a chunky peanut butter or smooth thick?
It's smooth. It's very smooth, thick.
Yeah.
No, with no crunch.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, but like I don't notice if there is. But other than objectifying my partner as peanut butter, come ask if I could. I'm looking to building a construct, and I need a cadaver.
Okay. Well, did you fill out the appropriate forms?
Yes.
Can I see them?
You know who has them is Cosme. I gave them to Cosme, and Cosme is has already pushed them through the bureaucracy.
Go ahead and give me a manipulation. Two successes. One consequence is you're gonna hurt his feelings. The other consequence is you're gonna get what you want.
Okay. So can I like ditch my hand and get a refresh? Is that something I could do?
I believe you have a refresh. So
yeah, could I
yes.
do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I need I need this. Because I also want the double date to happen.
Yeah, because if you burn this bridge, this double date's not gonna happen.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
and I need friends. Yeah. Oh, Peggy, you know what? You are so great. I have 2 aces. Oh. I mean, yes, Ace of Hearts. Who has my heart? The Ace.
Excellent. Okay, well, and he grabs like a body and just like flops it into your hands. Well, do let me know when Ace and yourself are ready to go out. I know this great cheese place, wines and cheese. And
Ace loves cheese and wine. You are just hitting all the best notes.
You know what? I was thinking they would love cheese, large amounts of cheese.
They would love nothing more. That's just it. That's how Ace likes to roll. Cheese.
Awesome. And I heard they also do karaoke there too. So
yes, Ace has a wonderful voice. Super. I mean, some people describe it as screeching, but I think it's very lovely.
Like a pterodactyl, right?
Yeah. But she's my pterodactyl.
Oh, your necky dactyl.
Necky dactyl! I love it. I will tell Ace all about this when we go on our double date. She'll be so enthused.
Excellent. All right. Well, see you later. So
thank you.
A lot has happened today, and we're actually coming to the end of this particular episode. But we're going to give everyone a kind of vignette of staring out through the window and thinking upon the day. And what's kind of your thoughts? What are you doing? I mean, obviously, Ace and Dr. Necky are at the cheese karaoke place drinking wine. But what's everyone else doing that night? And kind of where do you think things will go from here on out? So we'll start with Cosme.
First of all, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think at this point, Cosme would actually, having heard that, like doing her own investigation and realizing that, oh yeah, like there's paperwork here to show that this is occurring, and just suspiciously stops. I think that she would actually, her next move would be to spend more time in the underground and kind of use oh my god, I forgot his name.
Dave?
Yeah, use like Dave.
He's a very supportive friend.
Yeah, use Dave and his connections to find out more from their perspective and continue to investigate.
Yeah, he will ask to be like
the
an
radar.
Unofficial militia, though. It's kind of like your deep cover.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm thinking that she would be doing this like very under the radar.
Sweet. Yeah, and even the other, the very tall woman will join up because she knows Dave. They know Dave. Sweet. So yeah.
And she'd be, I know Cosme at first would just be like, I also didn't have anything to do with, I hit you once, but that was because I had to, but like, I didn't take your shit. I didn't tear apart your book. Like none of that was me. I am so sorry.
Whoa.
It's fine. I think we're gonna move past it. Let's just not think about it or talk
You're
about
very
it.
gracious.
Well, what can I say? I'm just glad we get to work together.
Me too. Thank you.
Excellent.
As Cosme blushes.
Oh! I love it.
Yeah, Kris. Aice, how's it
The
going?
victim.
So much love.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I don't see that there's any getting out of this wine and cheese date, so Aice would very reluctantly go. But I think that beyond this, Aice's focus is trying to help Cosme with this investigation. Probably not for very generous reasons. I think Aice recognizes that if Dr. Heinrich gets the boot, then they are next in line to take that seat. So why not, two birds with one stone? Let's right a wrong. Let's make justice in the world and also get mine. So
you got like that cubicle office and you're looking at Dr. like Heinrich's nice corner office with a beautiful outlook on the on the Florence River.
I'm coming for you, bitch. I'm coming for you. But I will help provide whatever documentation I'm able to find, especially finding the trail that leads from the pipeline, so to speak, pardon the pun, to the gardens. And give all of that over to Cosme, hopefully getting Heinrich kicked out.
And does Ainz have a picture of themselves and Dr. Necki like on their desk?
What?
A picture of Ainz and Dr. Necki on the desk? Is that? I'm just curious.
I think it takes several months for Dr. Necki to wear Aice down, but Aice would, obviously there's no getting out of this, so it's easier to just not fight it. And what, tax purposes, whatever. Let's follow the rat's example.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. Get a tax break.
So practical, Aice.
Yeah.
Listen. But yeah, that's about it.
Just for the taxes.
Yeah. All right, Kiann.
I mean, it's a very uneventful day. A bunch of stuff happened, but not really anything totally out of the ordinary. So, just packs up this package of a neck massager, attaches it to a drone and says it's flying away towards its destination because his drones know what they do. And then he just goes back to bed in the arms of his husband. End of the night.
Oh, I liked he had a nice little adventure. He got some business and just chilling out.
Compared to everyone else, it's like this is comparatively uneventful.
This is true. Yeah.
Mm.
Perfect. Though I think at one point in time, Peggy will ask you and your husband to go on a triple date with them, Aice and Dr. Necki. So just kind of like the more the merrier, right?
No.
6.
I said this in the nicest way possible. There is no way in hell.
No.
Is it Aice or is it Dr. Necki?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, that's fair. And speaking of which, doctor, how you doing?
Great, wonderful, on cloud 9. Couldn't have done better. I mean, like y'all want to know the dirt on the cheese day. It went super, super well. I just, Aice, I describe it as thick with no rolls. So there we go. And I think, I do ask Aice for help to create a construct, and I do talk with the people. I never want to develop anything for the people, but with the people, because I want to utilize my skills for their benefit, but not in a I can do better, but I want to work with your community to uplift it. That's sort of where I want to go with that. And build the construct that is needed for them, but also had like a ramen making ability.
Each one. Oh,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Yes. All right. And with that beautiful ending, all these beautiful stars aligning, I want to thank everyone for showing up. We're going to go one more roundabout as everyone introduces themselves out of character. Who are these amazing people behind these characters? Do they actually like cheese? Is wine something that they're taking? All sorts of stuff. So we'll start over there with Seth.
Hi. This was so much fun. I want to play this game all the time now. I'm in love with the system. I'm so happy that I'm so happy that I was chosen to be part of this cast. So thank you guys. Thank you, Mitch, for GMing. This was great. Thank you everybody in chat for being hilarious. This was so much fun. I cannot think of a better way to have started my day. So yeah, hi, I'm Seth. I use she and they pronouns. I do the occasional actual play TTRPG, which all the time. I also will be starting up my personal Twitch channel at GLSEN on Twitch, hoping to play a shit ton of video games and make partner at some point. So look forward to that. It's coming soon. You can also follow me on Twitter. That's also GLSEN for all of the upcoming stuff that I have going on. What's the word? I was going to say most expeditiously. I'm going to stick with that. Most expeditiously of which is later today at 5 Central on Eva Sarah's channel. I will be playing a D&D 5e one-shot that will serve as a prequel for Horizon's Call, the game on Eva Sarah's channel. I can't wait to play my swashbuckling water genasi. And this will also be the first time I have actually finished a D&D game in my life.
Nice.
So watch this indie and Cypher System gamer actually play D&D if you feel like it, over on Eva Sarah's channel over at 5 o'clock Central Time. It's going to be super fun. So yeah, thank you again, everybody. You're all amazing and I love you. So I'm going to popcorn it over to let's do Alyx.
Okay, hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Alyx, they, them. Also, yes, thank you so much, Mitch and Mer, for just organizing and GMing it. This is a totally new system. The cards are super cool. I'm a big fan of like deck builders and this kind of play. So it's really cool to see something different than dice. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Daredevil Alyx, where I usually do a lot of like charity one-shot streams because, you know, this is the coolest way to like raise money. I think this is really cool. I can contribute this way. I'm also a TTRPG GM, designer, writer, artist. And so I really believe strongly in increasing queer Asian representation in the media and play, because I'm also a filmmaker. So I'm trying to really uplift the voices of marginalized stories and other folks who don't have as much space in this space that we have. But y'all are so great. Thank you so much for playing and like moving along with my shenanigans.
All right, let's throw it on. Yeah, perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next. My name is Noordin. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me online at Werewolf Fields. I'm a TTRPG writer, cultural consultant, community organizer of Friends Who Roll Dice and Utopia. And I've got some big stuff happening. So this evening, 6 Eastern, I'm going to go play a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians and actually be playing a werewolf in a one-shot for the first time ever on GoJG's channel. We're raising money for the Rainbow Railroad, so if you want to pop in or just donate, please do. Monday evening, I'll be back on Gehenna Gaming's channel for another episode of Gehenna Academy, where my ghosty boy is going to undergo even more trauma than he already has. And last but not least, and this is pretty big, over the month of July, starting next Saturday, July 4th or July 3rd, one of the dates, I will be on the Roll For It channel playing a game of Night's Black Agents. We've dubbed it the Persephone something. Because my words have failed me. Perceptive intervention, right? I'm super excited to be playing another gumshoe game. Considering my last game kind of ended in a dramatic fashion recently. If you've listened to Missing Annie Lee, yep. So I'm super excited. So you can join me in any one of those, or you don't have to follow my writing instead, or not. Kris.
Okay, but you should. So I'll wrap that up with a nice little bow. You should follow Noordin Ali. Okay, so yeah, I'm Kris. I like to hang out. That's what I do most of the time. I am a TTRPG actual play podcaster and streamer. You can find me on, I'm a cast member on the Faeforge Academy, which is a 5e podcast set at a magical school that is far less problematic than the one that you've heard of. You can also find me on Tuesday nights on the We Are Nerdsmith Network playing a Feywild inspired adventure. That's a super fun game, so you should check that out. You can follow me on Twitter at Kiss of Hemlock. I also have stuff I want to tell you about that I can't tell you about yet, but you should just hang out, follow me on Twitter. We can be friends. This was such a fun way to spend my morning. I've been, Mitchell, I've been trying to get in a game with you forever. I am so glad to finally meet Alyx to play a game with you, Noordin.
Yes.
And then to be with Seth again, my whole heart. And yeah, thank you to Mare for putting this together. This is a fantastic system. Kickstarter just closed, but you should definitely check it out when it goes to its full release, because it's certainly a indie game like worth its weight in gold. This is a great way to tell a story without dice. It's a great way to tell a story with, the mechanics being the facilitator rather than the story itself. So 100% endorse this, and am looking forward to spending more time with all of you in the future. Also, y'all, look at this look at this cast. Hello, pay us, hire us, get us in your, hello, we're out here. Come get us. That's
yes.
Yes. And yeah, I am Mitchell, also known as Penny for a Tale, Chief Creative Director over at Penny for a Tale LLC. We do streaming and marketing for like Helmgas and Black Void Games and a couple of other TTRPG and companies. Also, we got Necrobiotic, which just finished up on Kickstarter. Pre-order will be coming up soon. October, we are coming out with another TTRPG that I'm head writing for, which is based on the wonderful IP Chew, which is a New York bestseller comic book done by John Layman. So if you like kind of dark humor, then that's going to be a really cool TTRPG coming up based on Forge in the Dark. So that's coming October. So lots of cool things to check out. And please check out these amazing people. And also, awesome job with raising money. I think we're what, 300 and something,
we're at $330.
I hear a tech wizard.
Yes, the tech wizard speaks.
It's
God.
Word of God.
The tech wizard who has been cackling behind the scenes the entire day.
Awesome. Well, but yeah, I send it over to God.
Hello, everybody. I am Mare.
Take the
I
wheel.
am the facilitator and host and tech wizard for the day for the GLSEN with Pride charity stream. Thank you, everyone who has shown up so far, who has donated, who has boosted. We have 2 more games for the day. The next one is starting in about 50 minutes at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and that's going to be Hardwired Island, which is being run by at P6 Zeitler, Phoebe on Twitter. And we also have another amazing cast where we'll be raising more money. And then the last game of the day is Flying Circus, that you might also know it as that gay airplane game by Erica Chappell, who is being run by Pablo Tender_ideas on Twitter. So yeah, we are in the meantime going to go raid Utopia, who's raising money for Black and Pink. So yeah, go give them a hi. Maybe if you have time and resources, come stop back up for the last 2 games of the day. We're going till 11 p.m. Eastern time. And everyone, we'll see you soon. Bye.